bourbon, and boxing with your host Cowboy and Spade.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to a long awaited episode 83. And we got to call this one the mega recap, man. I mean, we got a month's worth of boxing to recap with you guys today. And of course, we can't do without my dude, Big Spade, on here with us. How you doing, my guy? It's been a while since we've been on. How's everything been going for you, brother? How's your family? All that?
E- Everything good, man. Everything's, still moving forward, no stopping. Gas in the car, I ain't trying to run out, man. So
Uh,
everything going, man. We good, family good, kids good. They might not get nothing for Christmas, good. They might not eat no Thanksgiving, good, but it's all
yeah,
good. We have it next year. It's like, no.
that's it. Just keep chugging. Just keep going. That's all we can do.
But nah, besides that though, everything good, bro. How you feeling, brother?
Man, I'm good, man. Been working my ass off this week. I was tired today, staying up for that circus that I watched last night. I can't really call it a circus, man. I got mixed feelings about it. You know what I'm saying? We'll get
Yeah,
into
I
that
can't.
more.
You's a hard critic, boy.
Man, I
You need an X account. You need an X account. That's
man,
what
I'm
you
telling
need.
you, I feel
But
like it was just a bad show. I feel like it was a bad show, and then the Barrios fight is a fight that everybody is like, oh my god, that was an amazing fight. But man, we'll get into that because I got a lot to say about Barrios fighting a
yeah,
guy with 6 losses. Like, I'm
yeah,
sorry, I got a huge problem with that. But we'll get into that, man. There's so much to recap. I mean, when I say a lot, like it's a month's worth and some really great fights. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, where do you want to start? You want to jump in? I don't have that on my captions right now for the what we watched last night with Jake Paul and the Tyson thing. What was your thoughts? Did you watch majority of that card, and what was your overall thoughts on the card and the Barrios fight versus Ramos? I'm really
oh,
interested to hear what you thought about that fight and
okay,
overall.
okay. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest right here. I missed the fight because my Netflix was messing up. I don't know if you had the same problem. But I was
Yeah,
seeing a lot of people were saying they Netflix was messing up, like it was like froze. So my Netflix was messing up for some reason. So because it's supposed to be live, so I don't know what was going on. As far as the fight, I did catch Barrios. So I caught Barrios, and I thought he had the fight. Like I swear I thought he was going. I didn't think it was gonna go 12 from what I seen early on in the fight. But it's boxing, so you can never turn your back on no boxing fight. Because in a split second, anything can go on. But I end up falling asleep or whatever the case may be. Because I'm like, man, them other two fights probably gonna take a little minute. You know what I mean? Because you know how they prolong stuff. So I'm like, I gotta get back up. And Amanda and Katie, what's her name? Katie, right? They'll
yeah,
be
yeah.
fighting. But my Netflix is not. I think that's why I overslept a little bit because I could hear a little bit when I'm asleep a little bit. And my Netflix is like froze. Like it was froze and it kept cutting out. I'm like, what's going on? I went on there. I'm like, man, I'm about to miss the Mike Tyson fight, right? So boom, the whole service was fuck my night of the boxing up for real. But as far as Warriors, I did think he had that fight. I thought that he had it, so I went to sleep when I seen he drop him with the right hand early, then dropped him again. So I'm like, yeah, he got this fight. Like it ain't nothing to worry about. He about to watch dude. And
But he
then
also got dropped himself. He
yeah,
also
I
got
heard that. I heard that. I
did
heard
get
that.
dropped himself.
Yeah, I heard you got dropped. I heard it a little bit because I was about to wake up. I'm like, damn. I heard that he got dropped. I'm like, damn. I'm like, oh, it might be a good fight, but it wasn't really what I was interested in for real. I wasn't interested in no fight. I wanted to see the Amanda fight, but I ended up staying asleep. I was kind of salty I missed that one, but I see she lost again. So
Yeah,
it is.
another that was it was a tough one too. It was a tough little loss, but yeah. Uh
But what you think about the fight though? What you think about Barrios? But we
now,
already know now.
now first we're
We
gonna
are.
get I want to get into how in the hell the prelims had Shushu Carrington on the prelims and not on the main event card, and the opening fight on that card was I don't a comedian from Netflix. This is no joke. The Nunez guy. He was a comedian.
Oh, I seen that. I seen that. And one of
Yeah,
them
he's
was a
a
boxer from
comedian.
Brazil or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. And then the other guy, Guwat from India, this dude
Yeah.
somehow this dude has 18 pro fights. So they tricked me there. I'm like, oh well, he got 18. He 18-4, so he's got some
18
pro
4,
fights.
yeah.
Bruh, I was like, "What the fuck? Like, who is this dude been fighting? Like, how the hell is this dude 18-4?" Like, I'm really confused here. Like, this it was horrible. And then I found
Yeah.
out I missed a Shushu fight, and I was really pissed. I'm like, "Are you kidding me? How do you not have Shushu opening up this card? Like, who
Yeah.
dropped the ball on that one? That makes no sense." But
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
no, go
You
ahead.
good?
Go ahead.
Oh, nah, my little brother has had the same thing. I'm like, yeah, because I was like, and then I seen on the internet top rank that he had dropped dude who he fought. So I'm like, damn, I'm like, my little brother like two fight already. I'm like, yeah, bro, he already fought. He fought early. That was a
Yeah,
fight I wanted to catch, and I ended up
yeah,
missing it because I'm thinking he gonna fight on the main card. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, he opened up for the prelims, but I guess you got to take any opportunity you could get, as
Yeah,
far
but
as
it's
getting your
Shushu
name out there.
Carrington, man. He just was what, the co-main event on a fight on ESPN just in his last event? How the hell do you end up
Yeah.
on the prelims? Like, what the hell happened that he ended up on the prelims? Like, I guess he
Oh,
just, take that payday, whatever. But I
yeah,
don't know. I didn't understand that. But then we get to the Barrios fight, and I'm thinking it's a different Ramos, and then I see the Ramos he's fighting, and no disrespect to the guy, he is a professional fighter. He's you know 6 losses. My problem was the fact that this guy was getting an opportunity because it was for the title that Barrios held, and a guy with 6 losses was getting a chance at a title when he got other guys out there that were definitely more worthy of being in that ring for a title fight uh, than I think Ramos was. And then to see Barrios' performance made me go back to why we should never email these guys a belt. None of them earned those belts. None of them. And
yeah.
not one of them felt what it felt to become a champion by beating a champion. So they
All
don't
right.
have that, that goal that and that next level that takes you to when you beat a champion to become a champion. They were all emailed these belts, and we saw that in Barrios' performances last night. Because you put Boots Ennis in the ring with Ramos, what happens?
And he should destroy him. He
He
should
would
destroy him.
destroy him. I would absolutely think he would destroy him. And it
He
looked
should.
like more of a sparring match than it actually looked like a boxing, like I just felt like Barrios definitely wasn't going full fledged like we've seen him. This is one of his more lackluster nights, but my buddy's like, well, everybody has an off night. Yeah, but when you're a
Right.
champion, you can't afford to have an off night. That's a
Yeah.
fact. If you're a true champion, you earn that
Facts.
belt, your blood, sweat, you know what you're gonna lose. He doesn't know what he's gonna
Facts.
lose because he didn't earn it.
Facts. I got a question off of that. Just rebounding off of that. Nothing. Because I don't want to get off track. Do you think Ray Ruff is a true thing?
I mean, absolutely. If you're fighting once a year, that is a problem. I mean, the guys we don't really see it ever affect are the true, top tier guys, and there's very few and beyond when it comes to the top tier. There's Terrence Crawford, like he can fight once a year, and it seems not to bother him. And
Yeah.
uh, but for other guys like Barrios, I think a guy who's fighting once a year, pretty much right now, that does affect younger fighters. When you're younger, you should be fighting 3 or 4 times a year. 3
Yeah.
times at the least, in my opinion,
It
is
makes
what you should be
sense.
fighting. So,
See,
I
I was
mean,
because I
I definitely think for younger guys, it's a true thing, ring rust, and you see that like Barrios' performance last night.
yeah because I was gonna go with the I'm gonna take the other route. Like if you've been boxing your whole life, like I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know because I don't want to sound crazy, but I feel like, and like Shakur said, I feel like him. I don't believe in that ran rush shit. I never seen Earl Spitz come back and be rusty. He don't come back and get
Well,
all
yeah, and we talked about with Terrence
on.
Crawford. We don't see that with Terrence Crawford.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's like, and that does factor in. We'll see with Shakur with the layoff. This would be the first time he's been laid off this long, if I'm correct, because he usually fights at least twice a year.
yeah.
Uh, and he stays in the gym, and that was pretty much the cause of his injury too. Staying in the gym like that. That's what he didn't take a proper break when he should have,
Right. Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's what hurt him. But yeah, I mean, it's weird because, like I said, it's a different tier though. Spence was that other tier level of fighter, and Crawford is that other tier level. And guys like Canelo, these guys are other tier level where they could fight once a year, and they've been doing it for so long that like it's like you said, it's just like riding a bike. They're going to get on there and they're going to be ready when they need to be ready.
Right, right.
But I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know, these younger guys, even with these younger guys being in the gym like they do, I think being active is your best friend, being inactive is your worst enemy.
Yeah, yeah, because you can only sharpen your tools. The more you in the ring, you can sharpen your tools. The less you in the ring, your tools get tools. You forget how to use the tools. Man. You forget how to use it. You can
Yeah,
definitely forget some shit. You know what I'm saying? That's like me trying to go back on the court from trying to hoop or whatever, or even working out.
yep,
If you ain't
yep,
consistent and if I'm running 5 miles and I take 2 weeks off, those 5 miles gonna hurt like a motherfucker.
yeah, yeah.
So,
I mean,
so
absolute
I
fact.
get it.
Yeah,
I get it. But at the same time, you've
yeah.
been doing this shit forever. So it's like it should be a method to your to whether you've been off or not. I
I
feel like
I'll,
you know how
I'll I'll also go another route too, though. That Barrios absolutely took this guy for granted. Thought it was going to be a walk in the park. He's got 6 losses. That's what he saw. And I think him and his team properly didn't prepare for this fight. They thought easy money. Who is this
yeah.
Ramos guy? 6 losses. It's like a sparring fight for him. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that was more of his mindset yesterday. And you kind of saw that in his performance that he didn't come prepared for that fight. When if the guy's a professional like that, you gotta always prepare. Especially a guy whose family owns a gym, he grew up in the gym, all that kind of stuff. Then, it's like you said, these guys live in the gym. So, these guys are, like you said, are always ready. That guy didn't have ring rust, and I don't remember the last time he fought. I think it'd been at least over a year for him. Uh, but, that comes back to what you said that really shouldn't be an excuse for these guys, but it can be, you know what I'm saying?
And you know what else about boxing that people don't understand? I feel like your mental can fade away too as the rounds go on. Like that,
Yeah.
just your mental pedigree because as you pushing, as you getting tired, how's your mental? Is it
Yep.
strong enough to pull out the wheel and keep you going, or is you like, damn, I just
Yeah,
got
because
already been through
mental
enough
is a
stuff.
big part of everything, man. Like working out and stuff
Yeah,
like that. Like
yeah,
I
yeah,
can't keep the mental on working
yeah.
out nonstop myself, and it's something that I
Hmm.
struggle with, and that's something I think people struggle with in every aspect of life is the mental capacity to
Right,
continue to do something, and
right,
that the drive that says
right.
I got to do it. I gotta, what I mean, like I don't know, we can easily be distracted is one thing, with everything that's out there. You can easily say, I don't have to do this. You know what I mean? I don't have to work out
Yeah,
today. I don't
yeah.
have to, get up and go to work today. And then, what I mean, like your mental,
And then, and then your ass to be somewhere like, damn, like you got to keep that strong mentality and to push
yeah,
forward. And that's in boxing. Like some of them dudes' mental just fade away. Like, man, I can't keep going backwards this whole fight, man, and da da da. Or something that's gonna keep you disciplined on track. People is easy. It's easy for people to take that away from them. You know what I'm saying?
oh
Something
yeah,
that
yeah,
you got to be accountable for. People,
yeah,
it's easy for people to throw that away. because
Yep.
it's something you got to do. It's something that you got to grind for. And people don't like grinding for the from the bottom.
No.
They like to
Yeah.
already have it. So that
And
to me
Ram
always say,
Yep. And Ramos seemed like he was that guy that, he had that type of mentality, that grind mentality. Like I might have 6 losses, but I'm getting an opportunity to win a belt and I'm gonna fight my ass off tonight. You know what I
yeah,
mean? He seemed to have that kind of mentality where, he knew he was probably never gonna get this opportunity to fight for a belt again.
yeah,
But
and,
yeah,
and
so overall, but the Amanda Serrano Katie Taylor fight, I'm a huge fan of Katie Taylor. I'm a huge fan of Amanda Serrano. My house is full of Puerto Ricans. My family is full of Puerto Ricans on my wife's side, all that kind of stuff. So
uh-huh.
I love my Puerto Rican fighters. I support them. Of course, I'm Irish German, so I love my Irish fighters like Katie Taylor. And I was like, me and my little girl, we were rooting for Katie Taylor. But
Okay.
man, that fight was it was tough because everybody's saying Katie's a dirty fighter because of the headbutting. Man, I really honestly I don't think she is a dirty fighter, but I kind of feel like that first headbutt was intentional, man. I feel like she purposely headbutted Serrano that first time, that the one that split her eye open, to slow down
Hmm.
Serrano's momentum. And I hate to
Hmm.
say that because I don't want to see her in that light. Like, oh man, that was kind of fucking dirty.
No,
Uh,
you keeping it real. Keeping it real, you can never say nothing wrong, bro. Keeping it real. That's what
yeah,
people be. That's how people take it. They take shit like that and feel like you hating or nah. I'm just keeping it real.
no,
You
yeah,
know what I mean? It
exactly,
ain't no
exactly.
disrespect.
Because I think Katie knew she had to make it an inside fight because Serrano's better on the outside and she has more power. And if you let her load up on them punches, she's going to eventually catch you and knock you out. As you saw, she's
Yeah,
got 31 knockouts on her record. She has that power, and we watched her wobble Katie in both fights. The first one in the first round of this one, and then in the sixth, seventh round of the last fight, she stunned
yeah,
Katie and had her stumbling a little bit. And I think Katie knew that we have to slow her momentum down and we have to get inside and make this an inside fight. But that ref was doing a pretty good job of making sure that he didn't allow Katie to hold on the inside. He kept warning her, and he did go to her corner and say, "Look, if you continue to lead with your head, I'm going to take a point away from you." He did warn her in the corner about it. I didn't see him warn her during the fight, but then when you go back, he warned her in the corner to say, "Hey, stop doing the headbutting and leading with your head the way she was doing." But overall, I thought Amanda still outboxed her, still landed the better punches, and with the cut on her eye, and I thought she won the fight. It was disappointing to see 3 judges give it 90, what was it, 94, 93, all the way across.
hmm.
Yeah, unanimous. I didn't get that. Not one of them saw Serrano as a winner. That was weird. That
You know it, man. I ain't really catch. Like I said, I ain't get to catch that fight, but I did hear Katie say something like she had to fight. Yeah, she fight dirt or some shit about fighting dirty a little bit. Like sometimes I look when they asked her, I could be mistaken, but they asked her something about did she think she a dirty fighter, and she was like, sometimes you gotta fight dirty a little bit.
I mean, it
Nah,
it is the sport of boxing. Sometimes you gotta
yeah,
rub heads a little bit, but to
hell yeah,
intentionally headbutt somebody in that way, with her first headbutt, I just didn't
yeah,
agree
that's
with that,
terrible.
man. Even
Yeah,
as a
no,
fan of hers,
yeah,
I thought, man, I saw it immediately. She literally jumped forward and led with her head, and you could tell it wasn't very intentional. Uh,
I am.
but
That
you
cut
know,
was ugly. I think that cut too. That cut was for a female with a cut like that. That's an ugly cut, boy. I don't
yeah,
like them
yeah.
cuts. When
If
your
if
shit
you're
open,
if you're Amanda Serrano, you invited her to Puerto Rico for a fight. And make her fight in your backyard. Give yourself an opportunity to get fair judging and
they said
an
that.
opportunity. Go ahead. You with me, Big Spade?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I could really hit the mute button. I said they said them Texas judges be that's how they be too down there. Like they very hypocritical judges. Coach
Yeah,
Kenny was one of the first ones I said that about Texas too.
yeah,
That them judges be down there cheating and all type of stuff. So you
yeah.
know.
I mean, to
I'm
have 3 all 3 judges with the exact same scorecard in a fight that I clearly thought, and I think everybody clearly saw the tougher the I mean, and that wasn't taken away from Katie Taylor, it was a hell of a fight. These girls beat the crap out of each other, man. They gave everybody the best fight of the night. Uh, the
Mhm.
largest fight in women's history, 80,000 plus people in any women's sporting event, the largest of any women's sporting events in history. They both
Man,
made more money than any women have ever made in any sport in one event for one night. They made history
what?
once again. Yeah, I mean, so much was out there that wasn't just with the fight. It was an amazing overall atmosphere for it and the history that they set for the fight. And they gave everybody an entertaining. I mean, they beat the brakes off of each other. And that wasn't like Katie was getting beat like that. No, it was a close fight, but I saw Amanda with just the overall edge in the fight, man. She started the fight out better, and I felt like she ended the fight better.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, my wife was upset. She didn't like it. She was like, "Oh, that's bullshit." And I was like, "Yeah, that's boxing,
Yeah.
baby. That's boxing." She was hyped up, but my little girl, she was super hyped. She was yelling, "Yeah, Katie," and I'm like, "All right." But yeah, so there's just some excitement. I was surprised when I heard 94-90 or whatever the scorecard was. I thought for sure it was Serrano. I was like, Serrano
Yeah.
won this fight, so that's obviously the scorecard for her. I was really shocked to see that Katie did get it, but hell of a fight, man. Best fight of the night. I don't really know what to say about that Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight. Did you watch? Like, I had to leave the Netflix, go over to my Fire Stick to watch that because my Fire Stick worked okay, but my Netflix froze up, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna miss this whole fight. There wasn't nothing to miss.
Yeah. I
Did you catch it?
yeah, I caught it, and goddamn, I caught it at the right time around the fifth round. Cause I would
Yeah,
have been mad as hell just sitting right there watching that. I told you my
yeah,
stuff was messing up. My stuff was messing. My Netflix was messing up, bro. I'm
yeah,
talking about. I don't know why, what was going on. But yeah, I caught a little parts of it, and it was like the last part was like the first part. All the way was the same. It was no different. I mean,
yeah,
I feel like uh. I don't know, man. That should be like a wrestling. Like, man, I don't know. He probably got dude is a good bro. Dude, he's a good promoter slash whatever, man. Dude a genius, but at the end of the day, that fight was like, did you pay Mike Tyson not to swing, or is Mike
yeah,
Tyson just? But
yeah,
we forgetting Mike Tyson is 58 years old, bro. But come
yeah,
on, like
yes,
how he was fighting. It was like, come on, man.
yeah,
Come on,
yeah,
my daddy a boxer. He ain't make it to that level, but you could see he slowed down, but he wouldn't have
yeah.
fought Jake like that, man. Come
Nah,
on,
nah.
man.
Well, I mean, they said he landed 18 punches. I said, man, he ain't throw 18 punches. What the fuck you mean he landed 18? He ain't throw 18 punches. Y'all can't. I watched that fight. I don't know if my guy threw 10 punches. More or less
Post con
18 and he landed. So they're saying he threw more than 18, but he landed. I'm like, no, he didn't. He didn't land 18 punches. He was hitting
post
wind more than he was hitting
yeah,
anything. Oh
man,
no.
post conference ass out. Like, what we doing here, man?
Yeah.
Like, what is
I
this,
was just
bro?
like, man, I hope Jake don't knock this poor dude out. Like,
Man,
don't do it, Jake.
and to be honest, Jake seemed like he was seeming like he was sparing him too.
Oh, he
And
definitely did
obviously,
because he
like
could
he
have
ain't put his
unloaded
feet on
on
the
him.
yeah, that he ain't unloading on him. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Is Mike Tyson like you don't either we don't know because it's still like in our eyes we not gonna believe this shit until he fight a real fighter that's gonna fight him back. It's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
we
Yeah.
don't know if it's real, is it scripted because at the end of the day, we as people don't know because the people you are fighting. You feel
Yeah,
me? And how
exactly,
the fights are
exactly. You gotta
going.
fight if you want me to take it serious, you're gonna fight at 200. I'm pretty sure that's cruiserweight, and there's some big boys at cruiserweight that I'd like to
Nah,
see.
he's 230, ain't
If
that's
he's 230,
heavyweight.
that's heavyweight. He'll
I
get
think
smashed
they
at
said. I
heavyweight.
think he
Mm.
said they said he was 230.
Right, he'll get clipped one time at heavyweight, and that'll ruin his whole life.
But I don't even think dude be in real shape. He's big, but he ain't that big. Where he
I
coming
think
in at
he's
230.
probably on some enhancing shit for sure though, because they
Yeah,
don't be broadcasting that. that boxing ain't taking that shit serious. That's just
Re-
money revenue for them. That's it.
Yeah, yeah, you
But
could
I
tell.
mean, he keeps putting that pole out there with that dollar, and people keep going for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He keeps drawing in crowds, so he's going to continue to do it. And why risk? And that's the thing. It's he doesn't have to put the risk of going and fighting a big time fighter. People are still paying for the events because he's smart enough, like you said, as possibly a future promoter of the sport, that he knows how to put together an undercard that's
yeah,
gonna
for
carry
sure,
those that fight,
for
and then by
sure.
the time you get to his fight, you got a couple good fights in, so you're not too disappointed if that fight is a wash. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're like, "Ah, okay,
and,
this fight fucking sucks, but we got
and
a couple good fights."
And guess what? You gonna get a bag fighting under his shit too. So it's like shit. Hell yeah,
Yeah,
if you a pro, I'm gonna get people to notice me. I'll probably get some of his fans that don't watch boxing to watch him. That's what I was trying to tell my brother
yeah,
yesterday. Like, bro, like we gonna get to this topic. We gonna get to that topic, man. But yeah,
yeah,
I was trying to tell my brother, like, bro, it's the business of boxing too now, bro. It ain't just it ain't just the fights that the fans want to see. Cause guess what? We all want to see these fights. But I'm like, bro, it's the business, bro. You don't know what they talking about behind boxing boxing doors. We don't know. They don't
yeah,
explain to us they contract. You don't never see boxers come out and be like, yeah, you might say, be like, yeah, they trying to lowball me, but we don't know the business. We don't know the cut. We don't know what they saying. We don't know because it's boxing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it's like I was trying to tell him like, well, I want to dig in it, but I don't know what you got coming next, but we can dig in it whenever. Like,
Well, I
but
wanna start definitely any topics you got, bring them up for sure, you already know. I wanna kinda
yeah,
start with the, fights that we watched last weekend, jump
okay,
into
so
that,
we might.
Duran Ennis fight, and,
Okay,
we
so
might be
you might be
yeah,
heading in my direction. So that's why I said,
yeah,
yeah, you might
okay,
be heading in my direction. So I could say what I want to say for that. You know what I mean?
alright,
All
alright,
right, but go.
and okay, let's
But yeah,
go. Last
hold on,
week
hold
yeah,
on.
okay, go ahead, sorry.
Not to cut you know, I got messed up weeks for boxing, so I missed some fights, and I'll be
Yeah, yeah, I
honest
know
with
you
you.
was at work. I
So
know you was
yeah,
at work, my brother. I was
yeah,
trying to keep you updated on what I
yeah,
could.
yeah,
While he was there, like kind of what was going on with those fights. So yeah, you guys got to remember, Big Spade works on the weekends, every other weekend, man, and he doesn't get to catch some of these fights every other weekend. But I try to keep him updated as much as I can with what's
yeah,
going on. Of course, he stays updated too. I'm sure he's got a lot of other sources that he looks into and stuff
yeah,
like that. Going into that last week's fight, of course, we had a good doubleheader, man. I mean, not overall, I really like the card. On Saturday, we had a Friday and Saturday. I want to get into the Saturday fight first because it's Jerome Boots Ennis. He defeated Karen. What's that guy's last name? Chakahazaden, and he
Chuck,
beat him. Shaka
Chuck.
Khan. Yeah. Whatever this guy's name is.
Man,
You
he
can't have a
funny
last
as
name like that.
hell.
You got to shorten that shit up. Like you got to be like, just
Yeah,
call me Chuck. Just call me
yeah,
Karen Chuck. you know. But
yeah. Chihuahua, Chihuahua.
yeah. Well, we saw these 2 guys fight before, and we saw, Karen run around the ring the first time. This time, he actually came to fight, made it pretty entertaining, and we watched him hit Boots with a couple good shots that make you wonder if guys like Terrence Crawford land cleanly like that on him, how would he react,
Yeah,
to a Terrence Crawford punch compared to this guy's punch, I mean, at 154, and overall, that fight, I don't think you got I don't know if you got a chance to go back and watch any of the highlights for it. It was
no,
an overall good fight. I can't, I felt like, of course, Boots controlled the whole fight. He was never behind. He was never in a bad situation. He was never hurt or anything like that. And he hurt Karen several times, had him on the ropes, had
yeah,
him dazed, stuff like that. But I think we learned a lot about Boots that maybe he's outgrown 147, man.
yeah. I mean, but we've been calling it like, man, if you want that light, you gotta move up to 154. That's the new 147. It's not it one
Mhm.
147 is trash. You feel me? And I'm not gonna judge Boots off of like I don't know. I'm not gonna judge him off this fight. Like, far as that, like, shit get boring, man. Like, you can get
Mhm.
this story doing anything because you know you got this motherfucker. Like, you feel me? So sometimes, like, you play down to your competition sometimes, bro.
Yeah,
And that's a real thing. Like, I done did it before. Like, I know, like, bro, I'm playing shitty as hell because I'm playing with shitty motherfuckers. You feel me?
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
that sometimes that's how it be. Like, I'm fighting shitty motherfuckers. So I got my shit is just going down because I'm fighting a shitty motherfucker, but he don't want to keep having to fight shitty motherfuckers because when it comes to you about to fight a big dog, you could be caught up in that's how you fighting now. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then
yep,
now they also say boots get hit a lot. You know what I'm saying? You can't get hit a lot with nobody else in 154 for real, because them boys cracking up there. Like, you know
yeah, yep.
what I'm
I
saying?
think that
So
if he goes to 154, man, should he fight a guy like Virgil Ortiz first, or should he kind of feel around? I feel like he's on the level of Virgil for sure, and I
yeah, I
think he
mean they
outpops Virgil.
I
But
mean, why
with
would he? Why wouldn't he? They say he could fight. He could fight Terrence Crawford. So why wouldn't you fight Virgil Ortiz? You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
true, true. Yeah, that's absolutely true. If you think you're on the level to fight Terrence, then why
Because
wouldn't
who
you
is
be
on
ready to
your
fight a guy like Virgil?
resume? Like they hype it. They be talking about. They want to say resumes. They always bring resumes up. Who is on your resume, my guy? You got a
Yep,
whole lot. You 27. You damn near 55 in. We can't really
yeah,
name. I can't name six motherfuckers that you fought. That's like like okay, I remember him. Or yeah, he was
yeah,
a good fighter. You know what I'm saying? And then not
yeah,
to say that I done seen a lot of people say they never seen Boots body tested. I did, and I'm gonna tell you a clip. He fought what's his name? Lipnick, or whatever the shit, whoever
okay,
his name is. He fought him. This was during the pandemic, I think. Dude hit him, hurt Boots, and Boots snapped out of it and kicked his ass. So I don't see
yeah,
any battle test. I don't see any battle tested though. I definitely don't
yeah,
see any battle tested, but I want to see it battle tested to somebody on a plus level though. It's
yeah,
different battle tested. It's different battle tested because you got battle tested where a motherfucker peep and realize you hurt and could finish you, and you got a battle tested where a motherfucker can hurt you and they take their foot off the gas. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's different type of battle tests. Like, and we're gonna get into that because I know you're gonna come. You about to, yeah. I'm lining stuff up, but anyway, I'm not trying to jump to situations because I already know what you thinking like when it comes to this shit. So, but for as boots, man, I heard a lot of people saying like it was a bad performance for real, but I don't think that like that. I don't
I
think
personally
that
didn't think it
sh-
was.
show like, oh yeah, lowering down the level, but at the same time, it's like when you do shit like that, you also showing your weaknesses too, though.
Mhm. Yeah,
You letting the world see your
I think him
weaknesses.
getting hit as much as he was getting hit is what I did see. He was
Yeah,
never hurt from those, but I'm like, look, at 154, those are solid punches landing on him. And guys like Crawford or Ortiz and these guys with some power, that's not a punch you're gonna wanna allow you're gonna want yourself to take at that level unless he
yeah,
trusts his chin enough and the guy's been in sparring, he's fought bigger people in sparring, all that kind of stuff. So maybe he does know his chin, that, "Hey, I got an iron chin. It's gonna take a lot for you to hurt me," because he was never stunned by any of those punches that landed on him. Clear as day, just flush to the jaw, and there was no reaction. Boom, just bounce back, bap, bap, land him a couple punches, get some
yeah,
retribution for it. But he was never in a situation where you were like, man, that's right, that rocked him. Oh, he looks hurt. Nah, they were reflecting off of him, but it got me thinking. At 154, could he handle those type of punches? It's a lot different, but I don't know. I'd like to see what he can do at the next level. I don't say it was a bad fight. It wasn't his best performance, but we also had a guy that came to fight this time. So it was a
yeah,
little bit different fight in that aspect of it also.
yeah, yeah. I just,
Now, the co-main event on that one, boy, now I've been trying to tell people about Jesse Bam Rodriguez for about 3, maybe 4 years now. I would say 3 years just to be accurate. And I've been telling people, man, this kid's talent level is just like he's a wicked little dude, man. Like, and when he gets in that ring, he just it's beautiful to watch what he does. Did you go watch the highlights of that
Man,
band?
you know I watched this highlight. Now I didn't watch these highlights. That's what's crazy, but I definitely watched this highlight, bro. And when I went back, cause I watched him last fight, bro, dude, he moves nice, bro. Like he
Yeah.
light on his feet. He know how to move his feet, bro. He can bang. He can
Mhm.
press you. He hit hard. But you know who else lightweight got me? I heard talk about that. But I still ain't paying no attention to. You brought him up with Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah. Yeah,
Shakur
yeah,
Stevenson.
Shakur, yeah.
Shakur said that motherfucker strong. His last strong. Like, and
Yeah.
he nice. But yeah, dude, nice, bro. I'm going with him all the way, man. All the way. Like I fuck with
Man,
him. I fuck
bro,
with him.
the way he finished the guy with a counter uppercut,
Yeah.
sidestep counter uppercut was
That
just
was
absolutely
ugly,
I
bro.
was like,
That was,
"Holy shit."
bro.
Like,
That was what? He he, he did the switch and hit him with the. I said,
yeah. I was like, "Woo, that was dirty." I was like,
hey,
"Man,"
it
and I'm
seemed like
trying to explain to people what they just watched. I'm like, "Bro, he just did a counter sidestep
it,
uppercut." Like, just
yeah,
that's
and he fight. He got a whole different type of Mexican style in him, bro. Like it ain't no just coming forward. Like he
yeah.
boxing you with, bro. He nice and he got feet. You know, a lot of Mexicans don't got feet for real. He
Yeah,
got
he got man,
he got
he's got some
feet,
beautiful
bro.
feet, man. He knows how
Feet,
and that's what
bro.
Sonny Edwards said too. He said, to see him on video and then to see him in front of you, the way he moves, he said, "It's hard, like, you're just trying to keep up with his movement."
Yeah,
He's here, he's there, and then before you know it, he's next to you landing solid punches, and you just turning around getting like, getting blasted, but I mean, I'm what is the next level for this guy, man? I mean, we watched him, and it's like he says 118 to be his next opportunity, like where he wants to go next. He kind of wants to. I think he said he wants to unify the 115 division. I'd like to see him up against a guy like Nakatani, but I want to say Nakatani's at 120, the same division as
yeah. I heard they've been talking about dude.
yeah, I think that would be a nice fight, but I also like to see Nakatani versus Inoue. I think that would be a hell of a
Yeah.
fight also. So yeah, I don't know, dude. You think he's gonna do some kind of catch weight? He's only 24 years old. Should he
Nah,
rush any of this and jump
don't
up
rush
like
it.
guys
I was
that
just about to
he
say that. Don't rush
that
him, man.
yeah,
Just let him be great. I mean, if he
and
feel
let
like he
those
can
fights
do
come
it,
to him.
I can't never say rush though because even though it's a different era and it's a more technology era and shit like that, Mike Tyson was goddamn it 21 doing his thing against Vet. So you
Yeah,
never know a motherfucker's pinnacle. Like he can hit his pinnacle at a young age. Like this is
yeah,
pinnacle. And you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And be one of them one motherfuckers. What if he can move up? What if he can pull a Pacquiao? You know what I'm saying? We
yeah,
don't know.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Because he got
yeah,
the heels, bro. When he did that switch up and hit dude with that up, bro. And I was hearing because I listened to Sean Porter, it was somebody, I can't even say them, whoever it was, but they were just saying they felt like Bam fought his fault. Gerard Ennis need to take some lessons from Bam for the
yeah,
way he fought it, how he just let it come to him. He ain't try to go get it. And it came to him. And they was talking about his feet. And I didn't notice his feet the last time he fought. I think he might have been
yeah,
fighting different the last fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? I
yeah.
can't remember the fight that I really caught him or when you had me look at him, but this I was paying attention to his feet and I'm like, bro, like he like Caleb Plant, like bro, like he give you a type of American black fighter feet style. Like
Yeah,
where the fuck you
well,
get
he
them
is
feet from,
American,
bro?
so he has that American Mexican style to him. It could be just, he might be a whole new style of fighting with,
Man,
being that
that
Mexican
little
American style,
motherfucker.
man, blending both of those together, you know what I'm saying? And, he's been through a lot of gyms, like you said, he's been with Shakur, so he's
Yeah.
probably been through a lot of places, and he's probably smart enough to pick up on styles and see things that he
Man.
likes and say, "Hey, I wanna add that to my shit."
Man,
and
yeah, that motherfucker. Hey, bro. And then what if he was? And I was thinking, like, 'cause he wear glasses and shit. I'm like, man, you run into a motherfucker, run into him on the street, don't know who he is, bro.
they
He
fuck
going,
around and find out. Be at the
bro,
bus stop getting mouthy.
that little motherfucker, bro. He's so cold, bro. Like, he lied, bro.
Yeah,
He lied,
he
bro.
man, I think Turkey Al Sheik's already, I think, trying to get his grips into him. He's gonna put him on. Uh, I just don't like you said, man. I'm just hoping he's not gonna peak too early in his career. That's exactly what I was thinking after that fight. I saw him in an interview. He was talking, and I'm just like, man, I hope this ain't like, dude, don't peak early. What is his ceiling? He's only 24 years old, and he's
Yeah,
accomplished so much already. That I
yeah,
mean, if he wants, he could probably at 28 years old walk away from the sport of boxing and
yeah,
go retire. If he plays his cards right and he gets in with a guy like Turkey Al Sheik putting all that money out there, for the next 4 years, he could just take some, big fights and just make so much money that at age of 28, this guy can walk away from the sport of boxing. Like
yeah,
it's unreal. Set himself
yeah.
up for, a great future, in my opinion. Man, but
Yeah.
on that Friday night, you know what we saw,
Hold on,
man.
hold on. Oh no, 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 no.
Are
Hold
we
on.
gonna rewind? Let's
Yeah,
rewind.
not about Bam, but I want to rewind real quick. What you think
All right.
about Raymond Ford? You ain't say nothing about Ray Ford.
Man, I'm drawing a blank on the fight, and I know I watched it. I know I watched, and if I did, I probably was in and out of it.
He the one that lost his belt
Yeah,
to
he lost to Nick Ball. I know who Ford is, and he just
yeah,
moved up too, didn't he? He
yeah,
just moved up the
yeah.
division. Did he knock
Uh,
his guy out?
man, looking good, bro.
Yeah.
Looking
Okay.
good. And
Okay.
he
Yeah.
he the definition of. I just wanted to say this. Just because you got a loss doesn't mean shit, man. And
Yeah.
and I seen some of that Nick Ball highlights, bro. I seen, bro. It seemed like he was kicking dude ass. From what I seen,
Well, and it's like I said, that was over in the UK, and there's
yeah,
no American ever gonna get a decision in the if it goes to the cards in the UK, they will never side again, especially if they think they can get away with it because it's a close fight, and
yeah,
they're like, "Okay, we can get away with this because it was close, and people
yeah.
aren't gonna question it too much." And that's exactly
Okay.
what they're gonna do. You're never gonna get a fair result over there. But I think that just made him realize that, he needed to move up, and he looked, like you said, way better at that weight division anyways.
And
So I think
and
might have been the best
and let
choice.
me put this in there that he didn't want to fight back at that weight again. He was already talking about moving up that he didn't want to fight at that weight because his felt when he fought the one dude, when he fought the Japanese dude or whatever. I think we was watching that fight, and he said
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he said like my legs feel funny. Like I don't feel like I got my legs under me at this weight, so I'm most likely be moving up. But you know
yeah,
that money came, biggest payday, so he took the fight.
yeah,
So he probably was
yeah,
like, fuck it. Like I ain't tripping. Like I know how I feel. I already made that announcement, but he did what he was supposed to do. He made it seem like, yeah, maybe he did what he backed his words up. Like maybe it was that way. Maybe he was right. Like, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Which I don't feel like he should have did it, but hey, sometimes you gotta you gotta
He's your family,
challenge
man.
yourself. You gotta
Yep.
challenge yourself, man. Like,
Oh
but
yeah,
he knew what he was saying. He knew his body, so he's smart for that. So
that's
yeah, we
it.
can go to the next. We can go to the next, and I
All
got
right.
some shit for this. I got some shit. I'm
Yeah.
glad you came
Now,
for this. And this ain't
man.
even got nothing to do with the fight for real.
All right.
Come on, let's go. Let's get
All right,
into
you
it.
wanna lead us off on it, man. Like I said, I thought Keyshawn put on a great performance against Lemos, and I think Lemos is a dirty fighter at 135 just for the fact that he continues to come in overweight. He's not. I just think where he's a shorter guy, and he's fought at 140 before, and he was a tough fight for Hitchinson. You know what I mean? When he fought him at 140. So I don't
Right.
understand why he's not fighting at 140. But I thought this was a really dangerous fight for Keyshawn to go into, and he handled him like it wasn't shit. It's
Yeah.
absolutely I think the knockout of the year by far, uh, in my opinion, was that right there. And even with the Bam fight the next day, I was like, oh shit, but I still thought Keyshawn's knockout was just beautiful. He laid the dude slick out right before the dude come over to stop it. Bam! Just
Yeah.
Beautiful. I thought he looked really great. I'm gonna let you go ahead and go in on this, and then go ahead and what's your thoughts, man? Is
I'm gonna be
Keyshawn
a
ready
I'm gonna
for a
be I'm gonna be a critic on Keyshawn. Not a bad critic. I'm gonna be a critic as far as like I'm gonna say this. Let me say this. Okay, the dude was supposed to come in at 135. I'm gonna say, do you think maybe his body was fucked up where he wasn't feeling the same, or that it was too much for him? He was drained. You know, what
I
was
think
it?
he was
Because
definitely playing. I think Limo's the way they made him cut that weight because they kind of stipulated that, hey,
come on,
yeah, you're gonna
that
come in, but you have to drop this much before the
I
fight. I think he
that
had to weigh in that
and just
morning.
and just listen to it though, because people, I, I don't want to take nothing away from no man, but on top of that, he just fought at 140. So y'all making him come down to 135 is like that's where catch weights be like, okay, I can come here at a catch weight. You feel me? Y'all made him
Yeah,
come down to 135 after fighting 140, and he didn't make close to he didn't make 138. So could it be like that was too much on him? And he probably how old
yeah.
is he? He
Well,
older, right?
well, he's a little bit older. He's not real old, but he's right there on that line. Older than most, but not. He's. I
Yeah.
would say he's maybe in his late 20s, early 30s. Uh,
Okay.
But my thing is if you can't don't say you're a natural 135 fighter if you can't make that weight. And he's continued to say that, his team continues to say that he's a natural 135 fighter. I think they know he comes in with an advantage, uh, because in his last fight, he came in 8 pounds overweight in that fight. Uh, you know, I just think his team knows that he's not big enough for 140, honestly, even though he gave Hitchens a fight. I don't think his style doesn't mash up for 140, in my opinion. I don't know why they wouldn't move him to 140, to be honest. Take that opportunity because if he can't make the 135, I think boxing has to step in at some point and kind of make these guys move up. If you continue to violate the contract by coming in overweight, then boxing at some point has to step in and say, "Hey, look, you're a 140 fighter. You can't fight again at 135. You obviously can't make the weight." But I don't know. I think he was definitely drained because they were a lot more strict on him this time about it. They really weren't. Hey, we should cancel this fight. But Keyshawn was like, "Nah, let's do it." I mean, let him come in at that way. Don't matter to me. But they also made him weigh in the morning of, and I think he was still at like 141, 142.
Okay.
At,
Uh, I got something. I got something. We gonna spice this up a little bit. We about to spice this up, big brother. We
all
gonna
right, all
spice
right.
this shit up because I've been
Let's
seeing it.
go.
I've been. So I got a question right here, right? We gonna skip all that. We know Keyshawn did his thing. I'm proud
Mhm.
of him. You feel me? He looked great. Marvelous. Like top notch. Like we already know he is. Like been giving him praise on the show. Been talking about it. Been knowing what he could do. But as far as this, and I just now I'm gonna ask the two reasons. I'm gonna ask. Hold on. What? How did I put this question yesterday? Oh, here we go. I got you. I just
All
need
right.
two reasons, and I ain't gonna give you that long to answer. I'm gonna give you because the second one you gonna think about, and I'm gonna be like, nah, that ain't it. I'm gonna give you a couple tries and
All
see
right.
what you say. How do you feel about Keyshawn calling out Tank?
I think it's stupid. Uh, he's definitely not ready for that level yet. He should
Okay.
test guys like Burchick. I get the guy that has that IBF title. That's who he should really go for. I don't
Yeah.
think he's ready for. I don't think he's ready for Shakur Stevenson or Tank. Stop calling Tank out. I know he sees that as a money fight, but he has like a Frank Martin style. I feel like, and we already saw that fight. And I feel
Yeah.
like that's the same exact results. Maybe he might be a little bit better than Frank, uh, but I don't think enough to make. I think that's a dumb something on his smart to call him out to get that attention, but
Yeah.
if you actually get that fight, that may not be the fight you want right now at this point.
Okay. I'm gonna stop you there. Now give me another reason, another, or was that just all that one?
Uh,
That seemed like one. Can I get another reason why? Reason
I mean,
why?
honestly, it's hard to say because it's, also I guess the other reason is, why not? Because if you're not ready now, are you ever going to be ready? Uh, why not take that step for greatness? I don't fault him for that. I just think there's other guys that, like I'd rather see Shakur versus Tank than him versus Tank. I think there's other guys I'd
You
rather
getting
see.
high. You getting high. You getting high. You
And
getting high. You
I
ain't
want
there, but you getting high.
and I want Loma versus Tank. I want Loma. I want Shakur before I see, and then we'll see what Martin does, or not Martin, but Keyshawn does in his next couple fights when he steps up to fight the IBF title guy. Maybe it's a lot better if they have belts. He doesn't have anything to offer Tank right now.
Okay.
What's that
Okay.
fight? That fight doesn't have anything. He doesn't. That I guess that would be the other reason. He doesn't have. You want to make that fight bigger.
Uh-uh.
He doesn't have the name national
Uh-huh.
wise
Yeah.
to make that fight sell without him having some kind of belt around his waist, in my opinion. And even then, he still doesn't have the name.
Okay. So I'm gonna throw this out there, and I ain't starting nothing. I ain't trying to. You feel me? I ain't trying to steam up no bullshit because you just in case whoever listening might think, oh, I ain't on some bullshit. I feel like this. See, ain't nobody think this, right? I'm gonna put it between me and you first. I'm gonna see if you catch my drift. Okay, so you call me and be like, "Hey, Spade, man, I just seen this new truck, man, on this lot, man. I'm about to go get it. You showed me the truck, all that, boom, boom, boom. So the next day you go get it, it ain't there, right? You catching up? You catching up? So the truck ain't
Yeah.
there. I come to you, pull up to you, up, beat the horn, come outside. I got the truck.
Oh shit.
Now you my brother, though. You my brother. But how
Yeah.
would you how would you feel about that?
I'd be like, man, you went and got me that truck. I'm waiting for the response. Waiting
Okay,
with dead
okay,
stare. You went and got me that truck. And then
yeah,
if you say,
okay,
nah, man, I
okay.
wouldn't, I'm like, motherfucker.
Right. So
I'm just gonna
so
walk away.
okay. So I don't think you still catching the drift. But I'm having fun a little bit.
First,
We
I'm
gonna
gonna
look
come up
at
and I'm gonna pop a tire real quick though. I'm
yeah.
like, drive it now, drive it now. But I don't know. I would feel bit like I don't know, man. I would feel well betrayed, I guess.
Okay,
Weirdly enough,
okay, okay, okay,
even though it's a
okay.
truck, I would feel betrayed. I'd be like, damn, bro, I wanted that.
Okay,
Like,
okay, okay. Oh, that's why you want brother. That's why you want brother. Okay, now listen to this. Now I'm about to put it on Keyshawn. You just follow my drift. It's Shakur. Now, who have Shakur been calling out? Who have Shakur said he been wanting to fight?
Tank. He wants
So
Tank.
as you and Keyshawn never fight each other, right? And y'all supposed to be brothers and this close. Why would Keyshawn call out Tank at his biggest moment, his biggest fight, and call out Tank and take the spot off like off of Shakur and Tank? Now, what if you do was to get this fight and you know your brother been wanting this fight for at
Yeah,
least 2 to 3 years now?
yeah. Like, why
Even
would you
though,
call that dude out when
why,
that's the fight I want? You can have
right,
him after.
why would I go get that truck when I know that was the truck you want?
Exactly. That's some like
You done
backstabbing
show,
shit.
you done
Man,
show.
like,
Oh,
that's
okay,
backstabbing. It is. Like,
okay, okay. So I ain't hear nobody talking about this though. That's why I said I got some shit. I ain't hear nobody talking about this.
yeah,
And
because
we
I knew
don't.
that was close. And somebody's like, they ain't never gonna fight. And I'm like, man, when it comes to money, money makes people. It makes a lot of difference. But
Nah,
I
they.
didn't know they were that close to where they were like, nah, we won't fight each other.
Yeah.
Uh,
So so
So it's like, and I was trying to explain this to my little brother. I got shit deeper than this too. I've been going back and forth with my little brother. But with my little brother, he had got it. Like, yeah, that's kind of, and I'm like, but then I was talking to my barber yesterday. And he was like, but, and I'm like, yeah, we don't know if they both talked about it, but pretty sure they didn't because if they talked about some shit like that, why would why would that be some shit like, nah, bro, like
Yeah.
I'm trying to get that fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't
Like
see them talking
that's
about
what
it
I'm
like,
going for.
yeah. And then when they interviewed Terrence Crawford and Shakur at the same time, and he was like, and Terrence Crawford, they was like, well, how y'all feel about Keyshawn getting that fight? My barber was like, well, no, they probably talked about that. Like, I'm like, nah, it don't make sense because Terrence Crawford is like, nah, we know who gonna Big Brother gonna get that fight first. Talking
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
Shakur. You
Yeah,
feel
like
me? So
why you calling that dude out? Like you know that that's who Shakur wants next, and then you're gonna go try to snake that fight away from him. Uh, I mean that could definitely cause some issues in the gym. How you now
yeah,
see
that
that.
yeah,
Like, man, you gonna go underneath me? Like you
yeah,
snake me on that, bro. Like
yeah,
you snake.
yeah. Because what if he was to get the fight before Shakur? And then
Exactly.
now who's Shakur? Because that might be Shakur big money fight. Now you done took
Mhm.
Shakur big money fight. Now what if you
Yeah.
was to beat Tank? So who we gonna see now? Tank. So now who we gonna see? Shakur and Keyshawn. And y'all said y'all never fight each other. So who we gonna see
Yeah.
next? So who would Shakur next big fight be? If you was to get that fight, and just say you was willing to beat Tank, knock Tank off. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if yeah, and that would be dirty on his part, and you'd be like, damn. So you would have no choice. Hey, well, I guess we find if you okay, you want the tank fight, you beat him, then me and you fight next.
Yeah,
That
you feel
whole
what I'm
other shit out the window. You
yeah,
took
you
that
see what
fight,
I'm
so if
you
you
see
get
what
it,
I'm
you
saying?
snake it, then we're gonna get in the ring and settle it man to man. You
Then
know?
I got another thing. I got another question. I mean, I got something else because it was like, and I got this from Coach Kenny, and I'm with Coach Kenny. Out of
Okay.
all the fighters, Shakur been coming. Why you ain't called out Andy Cruz
Ooh. Yeah, because Cruz done beat him a couple
four
times, I
times?
think 4 times in the amateurs, yes, 4 times in the amateurs, and I was saying that when Cruz came up, but I've watched Cruz a couple times.
Yeah.
I don't it would be a good ass fight, but, like, the last few times I watched Cruz, I wasn't super impressed with him as much as I've heard about him. Uh I think he would still be a great fight for Davis, but I think Davis is trying to move on. I think he would rather fight somebody with, like, a title than go backwards and fight somebody who don't have really anything to offer. I think he's on that level now to where he's like, "Now I gotta fight for more relevance than going backwards and fighting somebody who's just coming into the pro level."
But
Once he makes
but
more
look,
of a name, if he gets a
but
belt, then he can come call me out.
but now listen to this though. You just said that Eddie Hearn was let's make this fight happen in 2024.
So,
You know what I'm saying? And then you were saying he ain't got enough fights. So we can just like Coach Kenny said, so we can say you ain't got enough fights to fight Tank yet.
no, he definitely don't, and that's what I'm saying. He doesn't have the name to fight Tank. I mean, if you took that fight to Turkey Al-Sheikh right now and said Tank versus Keyshawn Davis, he's gonna tell you just like everybody, that's not a money fight. Nobody knows Keyshawn in that way. Just like what we talk about Crawford and Boots. Boots is good, but nobody knows Boots. Even in Philadelphia at home last week, that stadium sets 23,000 people that he was in. They had to cut half that stadium off. He sold about 10,000 tickets. Do you think Boots selling 10,000 tickets is on a Crawford level?
Nah.
No. No. So that's not, it's not a money fight. So it doesn't make sense in that aspect for Tank to say, "Yeah, I'm gonna fight Keyshawn," who, yeah, he's up and coming, but who has Keyshawn fought?
That's what I'm saying. Maybe he talking about who, and I had that same exact. And I'm glad you said that. 'Cause I mean, that's one of me and my brother was arguing about that. We weren't arguing, we were debating, and he said Who was Lamont Roach? That's why they keep pushing the fight back because
Lamont Roach is a champion.
yeah. And they said, who has Tank fought? I said, bro, Tank resume is better than damn near all them boys, bro. I say
Yeah,
everybody that I say if a motherfucker Tank beat champion, everybody he beat was a champion
man.
undefeated,
This
bro.
is
He
what I
could have
say. This is what I say about Tank. The way people treat Tank is everybody that's about to fight him is somebody until Tank beats him. Then he was a nobody.
yeah, right, right.
Then he was a
Because
nobody. Oh well,
I,
he wasn't as good as we thought he was, or maybe Tank just made him look that goddamn bad. I mean,
then I
look
asked,
what he did to Ryan Garcia, and
yeah,
look what Ryan did to Devin.
right. But
Come
he
on,
was
people.
my little brother was talking about the weight drawing clause. Like, I'm like, bro, y'all
Man,
keep
come
trying to.
on, man.
I said Tank is a little dude, bro. Y'all don't understand that. Y'all act like Tank can go up to 147. He won't be I said, bro, he wasn't even comfortable at 140. I said, did you see his body? It was damn near puffy for real. This the best shape he been looking. He looked little, slim, fit. You
Yeah,
feel me? You could damn near see his six pack for real. Like I'm like,
yeah.
bro, like, I'm
Well,
like,
just they don't realize that he's calculated in and out of the ring, man. He's calculated, right? He knows that he can't balloon up past 140. You know what I mean? And he's not gonna fight a dude at 140 that can be 156. You know what I'm saying? That's just silly. Like he's a smarter fighter than what people want to give him credit for, and he definitely doesn't get enough credit for his resume, which is by far the best resume at 135, even with Loma. Uh, in that division, I still think he's got a better resume than Loma does. Better fights under his belt.
yeah, then my little brother kept arguing. He was like, so why he ain't fighting? I said, bro, y'all forget he was supposed to fight long back there. So he probably trying to find a fight real quick. I say, bro, and it ain't about who we want him to fight. Of course we want him to fight a Shakur. Of course we want him to fight this. I say, bro, it's business, bro. I say at the end of the day, this shit is a business, bro. He like, but who want to see him fight Lamont Roach? Basically, he lost to Jamel Harrison, but I'm like, bro, this is boxing, bro. That don't mean nothing, bro. That don't mean shit. I say, and at the same time, bro, we ain't from the East Coast. We don't know what the East Coast motherfuckers want to see. I say they both grew up in the DMV. I say they got history. They probably want to see that. Just like people want to see Andy Cruz and Keyshawn. I say him and
Yeah,
Lamont Rose got history in the DMV. DC versus
yeah,
Baltimore. They might want to see that over there. They might want to. That might sell out because people want to see that. People
yeah.
remember them in the images. Like you never know. Bro.
And Tank can come in under that fight, and he knows they don't have to worry that Lamont's going to be over
Yeah,
because it's going to be him making that weight. And Tank is best between 130 and 135.
and they
And
don't even know Lamont fought at 135. He
yeah,
went back
yeah,
down to 130. Like they don't even. You feel me? Like you gotta
yeah.
know. People be just now getting hit, and you trying to go back and watch.
You
I'm like,
gotta,
Lamont Roach was fighting on he was fighting on Fox on Fox.
yeah.
Fox, like I think he probably was with Al Heyman and them
Hey,
before
that's the
or
very
whatever.
first time I got hip to him was on
Yeah,
Fox.
yeah, he was fighting on Fox. So I'm like, people just be now going back and watching these fighters and don't be knowing the history. I was shocked when Jamel Harrison beat him for real, or whatever the case may. I was
Jamel
shocked
Herring
about
is
that.
not man. Jamel Herring is a good fighter, man. And when he's hot, he's one of the hardest to beat out there. You
Yeah,
know, he's one of those guys that when he's off, he's off. But when he's
yeah,
hot, he's going to be a tough fight for anybody.
yeah. But I was shocked. Like I was shocked, like, 'cause I know Lamont Roach is getting his name out there. You know what I mean? And he's
Yep.
nice. So
Yeah,
and he was undefeated. Like so people want to
and
hit
he's a
people with
champion, so he's been there, he's done
yeah,
that, he's accomplished something
yeah.
in his
So it
career.
ain't
I'm
even like
sorry, Keyshawn has not accomplished anything. He's fought bums, really. Honestly,
yeah, that's
dude.
what I'm saying. Who he fight?
I swear to God, like name one top guy he's fought. Even Lima, the dude he just beat, wasn't a that big of a name. He was okay. He was all
yeah,
right, but he wasn't no
yeah,
Zapata. He wasn't no Shakur. He wasn't no
yeah,
Loma. Like he ain't
yeah,
on that. He's not even a Why not fight Raymond Mortala? You know what I
yeah.
mean? Why not fight him? That's another one right there. Two young up and coming guys, and Keyshawn and Raymond Mortala. Why is that fight not
Man,
even being
Keyshawn
talked
could have fought Frank Martin, man. We would have rather seen him fight Frank
exactly. Why
Martin,
not
man.
Frank Martin? Why not a guy like you really want to test yourself? Test yourself with a guy like Frank Martin who fought Tank, and then we can see what level you're on. And if you destroy Frank Martin, then maybe we say that Tank fight might be a little bit more
Yeah,
interesting than what we might
exactly.
have thought. But you haven't proven
Exactly.
that. And all I see going in is you getting knocked straight out because you haven't fought anybody of that level and you don't know what you're stepping into when you haven't fought at that level yet, in my opinion. And I know amateurs and they've been fighting his whole life and all that kind of stuff, but Tank is another animal. He's the most calculated boxer out there next to Crawford. I really those two's calculations when they get in the ring and how they break that guys down and how they see a fight. Tank plays around. Like Crawford
Right.
don't play around in the ring.
Yeah.
Tank Tank will play with his food before
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
like a lion. He'll play with his food before he eats it. You know what
Right.
I mean? But once he gets ready to eat, he's gonna fucking eat.
And listen though, if you go back to that line when he was fighting Frank Warren, my little brother was there. He was like, bro, I said, bro, y'all don't get it. I say, bro, he's a computer, bro. He's calculating. I say, bro, Tank so smart. He count how many steps he's taking backwards, how many
Yeah,
steps he's going over here, how many times he's
yeah,
going to the left, how many times he's going backwards. Where he,
yeah,
okay, let me feel your power. So if I come in with this punch, you ain't gonna really hurt me. Man, he's
yeah,
doing all the calculation. That's why people be
yeah,
like, he a slow fighter. No, he's calculating
yeah.
everything, bro, before he
Man,
loaded up to his data, bro. It's
I
that
bet
simple. He's
you,
a
I bet
computer, bro.
you I bet you if you asked Tank how he was at video games, he was probably a beast at them because
Yeah,
he understands the thing called patterns. Everything has a pattern. And if you can
yeah.
break that pattern down, you can break anybody down because
That's just
everybody has a pattern, man.
That's just like, bro, and I'm glad you said that because no lie, when I play Madden and I find out your pattern, it's like chess. And I find out your pattern, the way you move and what play you doing, and I find out that one play that's gonna stop you and what I gotta do, I'm gonna beat you. Now, if I can't find it, your pattern out, and you got more than one pattern, like you got different pattern, like god damn, you might
Yep.
beat me, or we gonna go neck to neck. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
exactly. And you see
so
that they might have
so
figured
when
you
you
out, you're like,
yeah,
okay, I gotta
so
switch it up.
so
You know what I'm doing.
I gotta switch it. Yeah. So as you saying that, it's exactly on point on T, bro. Like it
Yeah.
just when you say that, and it's so crazy because I just be trying to tell my little brother, and I told him like, bro, I'm like, bro, you wanted to see Tank lose, bro. He's like, no, not for you, bro. I just want to see him fight somebody. I say, bro,
People
there's
listen to the hype too much, man. They
man.
listen to it too
I
much.
say, I say, bro, who hasn't he done fought? I say, everybody. I say, he done even beat motherfuckers that said they could beat him, that they beat that fighter, and Tank wipe him, that fighter down. I mean, his
Yeah.
boxing styles may
Yeah.
fight, but he wipe him down. Like, damn. So I'm like, come
Yeah.
on. That's just like, okay, we seen, all right, whatever, Ryan took this thing, but we seen Tank beat Ryan, and Ryan went to go beat Devin Haney.
Yeah,
Like,
and we seen and he didn't just beat Ryan, he made it look easy, bro. He made it look
yeah,
easy.
come
We're
on
talking a
now.
guy that people call the next big thing of boxing. This kid's a magnificent, he's unreal, and we've seen him dominate every other guy he's fought, but Tank made it look easy. You know, you
Hmm.
can say weight drain all you want, bullshit. You know, that kid looked just fine in that fight. He knew what he signed on a
Hmm.
contract, he knew what he's going into, weight gain, weight drain, bullshit. He got
Hmm.
it Tank's just that good of a guy, good of a fighter, and I don't think people really see that calculations, man, how him and Crawford and even guys like Canelo, man, these guys
Yeah,
look they get in that ring,
calculate.
and it's like a fucking matrix to them. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, they know, like, even I'll say Loma, guys like that, and, Teofimo Lopez was more accurate, like, the difference, like, what takes him down a notch is that he's just not consistent. You don't know what like, he could come out and be one of the best you've seen, and then, he comes out and, gives you a Cabosa fight, and you're like, "What the fuck is that?" But there's like, the great ones don't have those type of nights, and that's what
yeah.
makes them and sets them apart, man, like we see with Bam Rodriguez, man, I gotta put Bam in my top 5 pound for pound, and I just think
Hmm.
the the kid has got that type of talent, man, and he sees things a little different in that ring than these other guys do.
Yeah, yeah. I could say, man, like, and I'm gonna say this for Keyshawn, you're not trading with Tank. That's one thing you're not doing. I seen you catch a hit on the temple. I mean, a hit on the temple when you and Lomo traded a little bit. That's when you hit him and he dropped, and he hit you on your temple. It's Tank hit you right there, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, facts, facts. I mean, that's
You,
absolute facts. You're not taking Tank's power. Like, it's just like he doesn't even look like he hits hard. Even
hey,
when he hits you hard, like, you gotta I think you gotta get punched by this guy to understand the what his power really is because he's just so small that you're not believing that he's that powerful.
and guess what? You're not fighting Tank going backwards.
Oh,
You
hell
better
no.
not
Hell
go.
no, he loves
You
that,
better
bro.
not
He'll
go
eat you
backwards.
alive.
You
He'll
you better
eat you
not
alive.
fight like you better
Mm,
not fight Frank Martin and be trying to go backwards, keep using your jab where he calculating your move. And we ain't seen you hurt. We don't
yeah.
see how we don't know how you gonna recuperate when a motherfucker hit you with a punch that's going
Check this
I'm
out for
telling
me.
you,
I want you to carry the show for a second. I gotta run up here and put these motherfuckers drop my groceries off way early. They said they wanna get a
oh,
shop on 6:40. They're like, "They're at your door right now." I'm like, "Damn."
okay, I got you.
But carry it for me real quick. Like, I wanna,
I got you.
I did wanna ask on all the Davis brothers, man, who you thought put on the best performance. I kinda wanna hear it, so I really don't want you to talk about it. Just keep talking about that the Tank situation, or
Okay.
just hold off and I'll be right back, man. I'm gonna be right
You
back.
good, you good. So yeah, so I feel on the tank and the tank and Keyshawn, I feel like that fight really shouldn't go on far as like you taking away from your brother. Anyway, you taking away from Shakur. You lightweight took the spotlight off of Shakur and Tank. Now people talking about Keyshawn versus Tank. Like we don't want to see that. We want to get the fight we want to see. I mean, I ain't gonna say we don't want to see that, but it's a fight we've been waiting on before you even got mentioned in it was with the Shakur and Tank. That's the one we want to see. So that's the first fight we want to see. So it's like he's saying, go get somebody else. You know, it's enough 35 pounders at that weight class that you could go get that you ain't gotta call out Tank. You could have even called out TFM on your night. You know what I'm saying? If you really wanted to fight TFM, why you ain't call out TFM? Why you had to call out Tank? Like, we understand he the money fight. He the money grab. But is it about the money or is it about who's the best at this point? You know, so I'm just saying, man, as far as that goes, we want to see Shakur and Tank, man. That's the one we want to see. We don't want to see Keyshawn and Tank right now. Feel like it's too early for that. But yeah, my bad, y'all. I had to go on mute for a second. But yeah, I would love to see Keyshawn fight somebody else like even a Loma or any other one of them guys where he could get him a belt. Like where he could get him a belt. I think it's just like the Keyshawn and Tank don't make sense at the moment. At the moment. Just at the moment though. Future, yeah, that'll be an outstanding fight. Especially if we could get the Tank and Shakur fight first. Then yeah, that'll be an outstanding fight. But I think that a good fight to be for even though Keyshawn probably I mean it's 2025 coming up, so he could get another fight before he get a title fight. I think Keyshawn and Frank could be a good fight.
I think that'd be a tremendous fight to me.
Especially if Frank learned took that Davis fight and learned from it.
I think it'd be a tremendous fight, a great fight for us to see. To be honest, you know, uh,
For who we want to see, Tank get next. We would go to see Shakur. We ain't gonna get the Loma fight most likely. I would love to see you fight. Who else out there he can fight that don't make sense? There's a couple guys at 140. I would love to see him fight Devin Haney, to be honest. But that's at 140, and I don't think Tank want to go to 140. I don't think he's comfortable at 140. And Devin's not comfortable at 135, so it's like, man, where do we go? Where do we come from here? Do they do a catch weight? The Tank go up there? Do he go up there? Would he be the same? I don't know, man. I don't know. Too many, there's too many, there's too many O's in boxing, man. That's the problem with boxing too. It's too many O's in boxing. It's too many O's, man. You need some of these fighters to take losses, man. Everybody moving like fluid. Like, yeah, y'all gotta reserve that shit. So can't be moving like fluid when we ain't deserved it yet. I'm lower that shit first. But I'm just the for a lot. That's why I'm focused the court because he'll fight he ain't got to like he's trying to get the fight done. Holy shit. I don't care. And I still think Shakur and Frank will be a good fight for the people. The speech, you know what I'm saying? But him and Spade, that's what we're going next. So we could go ahead and snap that belt from him, you know. Go ahead and put in the hell of performance with Spade so you can see that. And go see that fight. But yeah, I want to, how do y'all feel about that though? Like the fans of boxing, how do you feel about Shakur? I mean not Shakur, Keyshawn calling out Shakur. How do y'all feel about that? You want that's them their Shakur Green fight. Mm. Even though we know Tank the man, and probably gonna get called out about it from called out by a lot of people. How do y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel like that's like a backdoor? I ain't saying to put Keyshawn back door and that shit. I'm just saying for do y'all feel like they discussed that or Keyshawn just wanted to put that on the top of his head? It was a moment or what? How do y'all feel about that?
Oh yeah, I'm back. Oh yeah. Them motherfuckers forgot my ground turkey, man. That's two
You
of my.
must have been putting some stuff in your deep freezer because I heard it seemed like I heard you down here.
Ah, that was my dryer, I think. Yeah, I got me a
Okay,
water finally, man.
I'm just
I just left out just in case people was listening. And did they feel like that Keyshawn was like
Hell yeah.
saying it was like a back door, or did you think him and Shakur talked about that, or was it just a moment where it was like, yeah, I want Tank too, like let's jump him type shit. No,
Yeah.
yeah, what type of moment was it in for him to do that? Because like I said, if my my brother Jeff showed me. Oh yeah, I'm about to go get this pony for my daughter. This the last one. It's the black one. It's a rare one. It's all black and it got brown hair. I'm about to go get this pony for her and it's over here, man. Look.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, bro. That's nice, bro. That's a pretty pony. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Come. Oh man, guess what, man? That somebody got the motherfucker pony. Oh, bro, look at my backyard. Look at this in my backyard, brother. I got the pony. My daughter ran.
That's it.
Man, and I was basically telling my barber, like, hey, man, loyalty goes so far, man. Like, as far as
I mean, you learn a lot about a person if they go behind your
like,
back like that. You know what I'm saying? That
that, that,
shows
that,
that
that,
shows that good
and
character.
I don't want to start up no shit like that, but it's just like, because I don't know what they discuss, but it's like, how could y'all discuss some shit like that knowing that this is this man's dream fight? Like, this is the fight he wants. I don't
Yeah,
think,
got a
I
back
don't
door
think,
somebody.
I don't think they discussed that, bro. I can't. And y'all both with different promoters. Come on,
Yeah,
man. Come on, man.
yeah,
That
especially
can't be
now.
nothing y'all
Yeah.
discussed, bro. It can't be, man.
Well,
I just
that's a question. That's a question. Also, do you think Top Rank might have something to do with that? That now that they're both not with Top Rank,
no,
that
no.
now like
Like
come back.
Keyshawn said, he'd run it. He'd do his own thing. Like Keyshawn said, he his own boss. So no. That's just him. That's something
Just
he
him being
did
down. Yeah,
without thinking. Without
yeah,
thinking. You could have called out like, we'd love to see you fight Frank Martin. That'd be more
yeah. I mean,
inspirational.
that's what I'm not getting either. Like the hype that he's getting for these fights with guys like the he who'd he fight before that? Who was it? The older Zapata.
Oh,
Who'd he fight before that?
who
Just
Keyshawn?
yeah, the fight before the one he just had, and we weren't
The
impressed with
book
that
a
either.
check or a book a check or some shit
Yeah,
when
it was an
Abdullah
older dude
when
that should have.
Abdullah Mason when Abdullah Mason fought, we was like, man, Abdullah probably would have got both of them out of it. It was the
Yeah,
night him and Shakur all them three fought, wasn't it? Him, Shakur and
yeah.
Abdullah, right? Yeah. I wasn't impressed that he was getting hit a lot. He was getting hit a lot. He
And
was getting
speaking of
hit a lot.
Abdullah Mason, man, I didn't put him on our list of things to talk about, which I didn't understand why I didn't. But I remember I told myself like, hey, we have to talk about this kid. Did you go watch the highlights of that fight?
It was shit. It was only a 2 round fight. Yep.
It was only 2 rounds. There were a lot of highlights, but there was highlights. You know what I'm saying? I mean, think about it. He took a clean shot. They were both flash knockdowns that he got knocked down. Both was definitely lack of him dropping his hand, leaving his chin up. Is why he got caught both times. But his reaction is what I think most impressed with. He didn't look phased by either of the knockdowns. Like okay, okay, and then he went back into his corner, and pretty much that's what his coach had told him. Like, bro, you're dropping that hand. Don't do that.
You know that's his dad too. His coach's dad.
Yeah, and he said,
Yeah.
keep that hand up and go back out there, make the proper adjustments. And I mean, he just cleanly whooped up on dude. I felt like dude hurt his leg at some point. I don't know how, but I don't know if he was trying to play something off. But after the first round, you see him go back to his corner. It might have been from that uppercut that he got hit with too, uh, from Abdullah. But he went back, and I saw them rubbing his thigh. And then when he came out in that second round, he was definitely you could tell with his legs that he had some kind of leg injury.
Yeah. Uh, I seen it. I loved it. I love to see adversity.
Hmm.
I love to see you down. I'm gonna use basketball reference because everybody ain't boxing, real boxing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say
Yeah,
I love to see what you can do when you down 25 points. Is you gonna give up or is you gonna
yeah,
come back? You feel me? That's like it's like the Bengals. We have no adversity right now. I love to see adversity, bro. And he showed me that.
So that's not a question no more. Can he take a punch? Um, Flash knockout. Was he hurt? No. Did he make
Not one.
mistakes? Did he make mistakes? Yes. You know why? Because he went in there and like Shakur told him, bro, you got to start boxing now. Like, let
Yeah, yeah. The talent's
don't
only gonna
worry
get
about
better.
don't
Gonna
worry
get
about them. Don't worry about them early round knockouts and trying to stop your man. Man, let them use your jab. Like, cause you gonna stop
yeah,
whoever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Use your jab, box a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then do what you gotta do. You ain't gotta go in there and rush. He's a fucking killer. That
yeah.
and I say that not in boxing terms, not in no other
Now,
like
do
murder
you
run.
think? But do you think now we talked about before this fight? We had mentioned that how quick we thought he would have taken out Shakur's last opponent and Keyshawn's last opponent, not
Yeah.
Lemos, but the guy before that. After seeing those two knockdowns, are we pumping the brakes a little bit to say, all right, he does need a little bit more development and he's
Uh-uh.
still young and we have to realize how young he is? Or do we
Nope.
still want to say, all right, let's feed this dude to the lions and see how he does?
Nope. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this too. How many fights have he had this year?
That was like his God, was that his seventh fight?
I
That was his
don't know. I
seventh?
know it's more than three.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty sure that
Uh,
was the seventh time he fought
so
this fucking year. That's unreal.
so how much breath has his body got this year?
Not a lot, and I was gonna ask that also. That was you see, you're reading my mind because I was gonna also mention, is this him just needing to take a little bit of time off? Uh,
Yeah, and he
he's
gonna take
fought
it.
7 times, and he just I
I'm
mean, and he's not putting a lot of times between his fight. He's putting, like, a month between a
right,
fight, and he's right back out there.
right, right. So
So, like I say, you might be fighting for your competition. So you fighting so much, you getting these dudes out of there that you going in there every fight and fighting the same. So now you
Yeah,
gotta. It was just a learning. Now you switch it up. You gotta know. Oh, I can't go in there like this every time. I
yeah,
gotta
yeah, I
figure out
cannot
how. Yeah.
approach every guy like the last guy.
Yes. 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 So
Yeah,
was it a bad thing? Hell no. Was it a good thing? Yes.
yeah,
Yes. Yes, it was a good thing. Because guess what? You can tell he's strong. Because guess what? He got up. Ah, fuck, you dropped me. Okay, it's cool. All right. I know they
yeah,
probably gonna talk about this, but guess what? I'm about to murder this man. And this
yeah,
motherfucker is so, bruh. Little dude is so fucking strong, bruh. Did you see when dude hit him? He went back, threw his uppercut and dropped
yeah,
him. Ah,
yeah.
bruh.
I
That
thought it was
was
a beautiful.
like, what the fuck?
And I don't feel like, his opponent ever recovered from that uppercut, to be honest. I think he was dazed coming back out of that for
yeah,
the round. Even though he hit him with a good punch, that was a survival punch that he hit
yeah,
Mason with that
and
second time.
Yeah, and that
You
was a,
know,
and that
I've
was a,
gotta do something because I'm about to get knocked the fuck out, and he just threw that one good punch and
yeah,
landed it perfect, like,
and
okay.
and
yeah, and it's stumbling. But you gotta think, dude probably hit hard than the motherfucker, bro. He probably
Yeah.
hit hard as shit.
Oh, yeah, he
Ain't
looked
no,
like he had some power to him. That's why I said when he come out and looked like he hurt his leg, it was like Mason, on a wounded animal. He went in and just
and
short
guess
him,
what?
and
body
guess how
shot.
he kept, and get, you just took what I said, and guess how he beat him. Body shot. I'm about to
Yeah.
take this. Bro, he hit him with some body shots like he was hitting him in the face, bro.
Yeah, that
Take these.
uppercut to the body, ooh, right to the suplex. Ooh, ooh. I mean, directly right there to take your breath away that,
Oh my
you
God, bro.
start hearing music.
Bruh, bruh.
Your breath
And
away.
it wasn't no one. It was, I'm throwing these motherfuckers. I'm getting you out of
Yeah.
here. And
Oh,
guess
yeah,
what?
yeah, he knew. Yep.
He came
Now,
out tight. Go
what
ahead, go ahead, go
I
ahead.
keep forgetting, what division is he in?
135.
He's 135. God damn, bro. I'm trying to think of somebody that would really be a good matchup for him next.
Give
I can't
Give him,
I don't wanna push him too
give him
far in the
Cambosos. Give him Cambosos.
oh,
Let's
yeah,
see.
Man, you know what though? That's dangerous. That's a lot more dangerous what I think people realize. I'm not a
No,
big
no.
fan of
Eh,
Cabosa, but that experience.
it's dangerous, but guess what? This when you take that next step and you learn how to
Yeah,
let the
yeah,
fight come to you. You don't go for the fight,
that
let it
does.
come to
I
you.
like that a lot, Cabosa. You guys hear that? You heard it first. Spade, Cabosa. I like that a lot. Uh,
I
would
think
be
I said that. I think I
and
said that shows ago though, bro. I
does he
think
go
I
to
said that.
Australia though? Does he go to Australian fighting?
Nah. He don't
States?
deserve to be him. The Cabosa don't deserve no fights in Australia no more right now. He don't deserve that.
And he
He don't
gonna use
deserve it.
that I'm a former champ to his advantage. I'm a former undisputed champion.
But okay, if he go over, if he had a belt or something, we was going to take it. But bro, you've been losing. All right, you
And
ain't
he
been
lost
shit since you
and he
beat
lost bad
TSM.
to Loma. He lost bad to Loma too, so,
Yeah,
be like, "Alright, I'll take the fight." And that I
I,
mean, you gotta watch a guy like Cabosa because he's you give him an
that's
opportunity with a young guy like
that's what
that.
that's what makes the fight perfect.
Yeah,
That's what make it perfect because it's like Abdullah now, which I know he's gonna go because now go ahead, use your jab, you rangy, you long enough, no diddy. Go,
yeah,
go, 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 go out there and boom, let the fight come to you. And then when your like support told me, when the fight start to wear down, then you use that. Because you got so much better. You strong as fuck. You just showed it. I got dropped twice. And it wasn't no drops like, okay, I'm
uh,
busy. It was last knockdown.
they
And
were absolutely yeah, he wasn't stunned by it. He was just
and
like,
but I wasn't even the one. The best one to me was when he got hit, dude hurt him again, and he ended up hitting dude with that combination and drop him. I
"Yep."
said, what the? I said,
Yeah,
dude is
when you
fast
get dropped and you
sharp.
come back and drop the guy, yeah, that's
It,
impressive. That's impressive.
dude is special, bro.
In the
Dude is
same
special,
in the same round. Yeah.
bro. Dude is special, bro. He's special, man. He hit
Yeah,
hard. He hit harder than what we know. He hit
yeah.
hard, bro.
That fight made me almost think that I was super hesitant thinking, "Man, maybe we gotta pump the brakes and let this kid develop more." But the Cabosa fight is a type of fight that I mean, I don't know who else you would really put him up against that, that we
Yeah,
wanna
who? I
see
mean,
him. I
who?
mean, do you think it's realistic though that once he steps up talent that he's gonna be fighting as much as he does, or do you think that's gonna stop and he'll once he steps up to guys like Cabosa that it maybe 3 times a year for this young kid?
Yeah, 3 times ain't bad. That's actually great. That's
Yeah,
actually great. 3 times a year is actually great. I think he was like going for it, like using the energy tactic for real. Like fuck it, I can fight. I'm still young. I can fight every day, because they fight every damn near every day in the tournaments and shit like that. So I think that like I think I said that before. Like he using the amateur tactics, like, but as far as like you got to kind of slow down, grow, let learn more, be in that
yeah,
gym, learning
yeah.
more. You know what I
Go
mean?
back to that gym, take the first half of
Yeah,
the not even not the first half of the year, but, the first month of the year off. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Take
Take
December,
take your
January off, and maybe come
yeah
back in March even, you know what I'm saying? Give yourself a
mm,
proper amount of time off, and just, that what I loved about it too, though, is that I'm a true believer that every fight that you fight next should be tougher than the fight that you fought last time, because
yeah.
you should be learning. Every fight should be a learning experience for your guy, to say, "Okay, the level stepping up, so we're gonna find out what your weaknesses are real fast, and we can
Hmm.
either do one or 2 things, that can be your Achilles, or we can figure out how to fix them early and, make you even better than what you are by being able to witness." Like, I think he's a smart kid, but seeing him drop his hands like that, and like I said, this was a 7th fight of the year, so I'm not gonna critique him over it and say, "Oh, man, that's a major flaw," because we haven't seen him do it before. Okay, so 7 fights in 1 year is a lot, and he's not putting a lot of time between his fights, so I'm not gonna sit here and put him to the fire because he got knocked down or he dropped his hand and be like, "Oh, man." But I think, the next level, I wanna see him learn from this fight. I wanna see his defense. Like, his defense is always pretty seemed pretty good, but like we said, the level of competition also.
Yeah,
so it's hard to tell. So
Mm.
I want to see his defense get even better with his next fight. I want to see him shut somebody out with some defense, and go a
Yeah.
few extra rounds, maybe even 5 or 6 rounds. You know what I mean? Get more rounds into him, so we can
Get
also
more
see it.
rounds in.
You know what I mean? When you get out to that
Yeah.
deep water, are you able to swim? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
8 rounds into a fight, taking a beating or taking punches and giving punches, and it's a different story. So I like to see him test it there, but overall, man, amazing. He's definitely got to be what the prospect of the year. I mean,
Gotta be.
who else?
Gotta
Who the
be.
hell else would we even put in that category? I'm sorry. I mean, I know there's some
Can't
good.
put nobody.
I can't think of anybody else that you would say, yeah, I'm going to put him over Abdullah Mason, who fought 7 times and went 7-0, uh, and just
I can't put nobody. I don't care how good the young fighters are. I can't put nobody. I can't put nobody.
now I know what we need to do before the end of the year. I want to put together, your list of the knockouts of the year, your fighter of the year. We're gonna
Okay.
come on. We'll do a show just of that, where you're gonna tell me who your top fighters are, who your fighter of the year is, the knockout of the year, comeback fighter of the year. Like we'll sit down and make a little list, man, of what
Okay.
like almost like an award show. This
Yeah,
is
that's
you know what
okay.
I'm
Yeah,
saying.
that sounds like a ooh, that's a hell of a plan.
Yeah,
That's
because
a hell
we're
of a
gonna get
plan.
that Tyson Fury fight, Tyson and Usyk fight still coming up. This year is gonna be ending pretty strong, the
Yeah.
way it started. So
I
we're
know
still
it, and
gonna
I'm
get
gonna be missing a lot of fucking fights, dude. I'm pissed.
man, it's
I'm
man,
pissed.
you
I'm
gotta get
pissed.
some earbuds or something. Put a little earbud in there, like secret earbud. Get them glasses they be having on TikTok. You can listen to shit on them, radio and shit on them, and they don't even know they're on. You can't even hear them. Like it's crazy. Like you can hear it, but the people next to you can't even hear it. Like, some crazy shit. But
I be
yeah,
having I be having it on with my mask and shit sometimes. Like put my
but
head,
it's just,
put my
it's
mask on.
also hard to find the channels that play it. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
need
yeah,
a radio station dedicated to playing the fights, bro. Like maybe that's what we need to
yeah.
get is a radio station.
Uh-huh.
Where we play them fights for them, bro. Like
Yeah,
do commentary over the radio, man. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
they do baseball and shit, man. I, you
yeah.
know, Going on from that, man, like I said, I think definitely prospect of the year. Super impressed with the kid. Uh, Going backwards, guys, we're going back, so stay with us because, like we said, we're trying to cover pretty much the last month, a little over a month of boxing here, and we're gonna go back to the Better Beeve versus Bivol fight, man. Better Beeve, of course, defeated Bivol to become the undisputed champion at that weight division, at the light heavyweight division. Uh, I thought it was a great fight. I thought Better Beeve won the fight. I liked his aggression towards the end of the fight. Uh, I thought Bivol made the mistake of not utilizing his jab enough and then let Better Beeve start to do what he does, be
Start
the
walking
more.
him down.
Yeah, yep,
Yeah,
started walking
yeah,
him down exactly. Yeah, so I
yeah.
thought he finished better, and I thought in my opinion, that's why I would have given him the fight. What was your opinion on it, man?
Same thing. I feel like he start the championship rounds is what count, man.
Yep.
Everybody earlier in the fight, yeah, that's cool, but also you gotta know how to win some of them championship rounds to
Yeah.
get everybody down off of what you did earlier. Cause some earlier rounds, okay, them fill out rounds is cool. But he started putting the pressure so you start like going backwards, which I don't like that all the time. Because just because somebody's putting the pressure on, don't mean necessarily that they
Yeah.
winning the fight.
Yep.
Because we said that
Yep.
with those Rocky fights, so he lost that
Yep.
fight. And we gonna, I hope you, that's the fight we're gonna be talking about next too. But
Yep.
I hope you got
Yes,
that on
sir.
there. But
Yes, sir. You already know we do.
but what I think, because I was at work that day, I was able to watch a little bit of it because it was earlier, but. At first, yeah, Better Be. I mean, Bivol was fighting, and Better Be kind of started slow with me. But once he in them championship rounds, like I seen Bivol really start because Bivol really gonna fight now with that foot. At the beginning of that fight, to me, he wasn't like. So then he started going backwards and being on the ropes, and Better V was trying to catch up with him, man.
Yep.
And I feel like I'm a really a good rematch, but I probably feel like Benavidez will probably do a little bit more better because he probably figure like, man, well, his punches ain't that. He ain't really trying to be an
Yeah.
aggressor. Like, you feel me? But
Yeah. And I
Bavard
think
probably and I thought, and my bad to cut you off, but when we were talking, man, I thought Bavard was a little. They was like damn near the same size. I don't know why I thought better be
yeah.
was a little
I
smaller.
thought the same thing. That was something that I actually remember. I brought up that I thought Baval was a bigger
Yeah,
guy, but then
yeah,
and maybe but better be being a little bit thicker. But I don't know, man. Baval isn't a small guy. Uh,
yeah,
so yeah, they did look a little bit more even than what I realized. But I
yeah.
think in the beginning, plus people don't realize in the rematch, I think Better Beef's going to be even better, being a little bit more healthier, coming off an injury like he was in this fight. But I think what happened was he in the beginning we saw Bivol using the jab beautifully, keeping
Uh huh.
him at bay. Every time he was coming in, bam, bam, he was
Uh huh.
hitting him with
Yeah.
that jab. And, we kinda saw what I thought and when I was initially watching him, I started thinking about the, Pitbull Cruz fight against, our boy, Venezuela, where when Venezuela he couldn't get inside and he just kept jabbing him, and that's what kinda Bivol was or Better Believe was kinda looking like that. He was every time he was going down, he was getting hit with a jab. Every time he started to go inside, he'd get hit with a jab. But Better Believe is a lot smarter fighter than Pitbull, in my opinion, and he figured out how to get around that jab and start landing his punches to the body, and then started breaking him down through the body and started getting more aggressive during the fight. And
Yeah.
that's what just makes him the champion he is, man. He was able to say, okay, he's utilizing the jab. I can't get inside. He figured out how to get inside where he likes to fight, where he likes to keep the fight, be the aggressor, and then eventually just broke the ball down and uh, was surprised I didn't see Bivol, and it's like you said, maybe he's not that good fighting off the back foot. To beat Better Beeb, I think he's got to become a backpedaler, and not in a way where he's running, but in a way where he's counter punching him, catching him coming in, and moving a lot.
Turning him. I feel like he got to
Yeah,
turn him.
you got to tire him down
Turn,
like a bull in a matador. You got to tire him down and
turn
use
him
that
down,
against him.
but
You know,
turn him too. Make him
yeah,
turn.
yeah,
Turn him
and
when he
turn
coming.
him,
Turn him
bam,
like
and
like
punch him.
turn him.
Yep.
When turn him. Or when he coming towards you, you turn him, and if you turning him, and if you fighting off your back foot, now when you turn him enough, he's fighting towards the road. His back is against the road. You make his area real small. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Don't
Yep.
trade
Too
with him,
long.
but make his area small where he's trying to get away from your jab. Now he gotta be on the defense. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you turn him into the corners and on the ropes where he gotta use his jab. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, and
They
exactly what you said about the trading, I think that was a big part of this fight too, is that when he was trading with, Better Vive, I think he was feeling that power because Better Vive is like just like Canelo. He was punching his
yeah,
arms, he was punching everywhere. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Anywhere he could hit him, he knew that he had the power that if I keep hitting you in your arm's gonna hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think every time he would exchange with him, Better Believe, even if he would out exchange him, he'd still get hit with one big punch, and that would make him okay. That
Mhm.
one or two of those, and that could possibly lay him out. So I think he was being more cautious. He got too cautious in the later rounds, the championship rounds, and maybe his corner's telling him he's winning the fight. I don't know, but maybe, or like we said, he really didn't want to take any more of those punches and he would rather not. He didn't want to get knocked out. I think he knew the power. And Better be just really smart guy. And Bivol, great fight overall. I thought it was a great fight, enough for us to definitely see a rematch. Do you see the same results in the rematch, or do you see Bivol making the adjustments, or can he even make the adjustments, or is Better V's going to be better in the second fight?
Mm, I don't think Bavard really can make no adjustments, but as far as like putting on a better boxing performance. 'Cause he's like that's the type of fighter he is. Like it ain't no change in that. Like he ain't really unless he know like the one fight I seen him fight before that, it seemed like he was a little aggressive, like and was beating knocked down dude legs just because it felt like he knew he had it. I mean, he wasn't worried about dude power and like that. But um even when he fought Canelo, like he wasn't too much of an aggressive. Like he was doing his thing in his range, like he was worried about Canelo. But
Mhm.
um, I don't really think it's nothing he gonna do different, but probably put on probably a little better, more body. And they weren't going for the body for real, like bro, like what's up with these dudes not going for this body,
And that
like
body, I mean, that's what
it's
you
so
see.
many,
More,
it's
the
so
better
many
fighter.
headhunters, man.
Yeah, headhunting seems to wear you down too, man, because it's the easiest part for the guy to block. You know, what I mean, you can put a good
Yeah.
so unless you can get around the guard, and you're a smart headhunter like a triple G where he gets around that guard and he's just punching you in your fucking side of your head,
Yeah.
you know, the entire round, and you're like, God damn, I can't block it. But
Yeah.
yeah, but that's few and beyond. But yeah, I mean, headhunting, I'm not a big fan of that. But man, yeah, I agree with you. I don't see much different in the second fight. Maybe, maybe not. Nothing. Bivol, people still have him as a pound for pound fighter. So of course, he's going to come prepared in the second fight. If I think he utilizes his movement more and his jab, just you gotta live and die by that jab against a guy like Beterbiev and just take that chance, and then make him have to work around it the whole fight. Make him work a lot more. Uh, he's got stamina, so we know, and we already knew going in. Beterbiev is a 12 round fighter. He will go 12 rounds all day with you. He will
Yeah.
outbox you. You know what I mean? He's that guy, so he doesn't mind doing that. The fight that I'm going to go into now, before we go into the Oshaki Foster fight, we want to talk about. Did you watch Mortalov defeat Tim Tszyu, man?
Nope, but I seen it. I seen the
Uh,
highlights.
it was hard to watch as a Tim Tszyu fan. I was like, holy shit! Like, this is hard to watch. Like, I was hoping his corner would have stopped it sooner.
Mhm.
He was just he got the break speed off of him. There's no way around it. Just sloppy defense on his part. I mean,
Hmm.
it's hard to explain what I watched. Is Mortalov that damn good, or have we been bamboozled by Tszyu? And I'm not saying Tszyu is now a bum, nothing like that. But man, I don't, it was just weird to see him fight this. I don't know if I've ever really paid attention to his defense enough to realize that he has bad defense.
You know what? You know, I can say this, man. I'm gonna say this, and a lot of aggressive fighters fight good with people, and this is what they say about the tank. They fight, but tank shows do different too, though. But some aggressive fighters fight good with a person, and he's an aggressive fighter. That that goes back on the highlights. I really don't see Metallica go back. He was right there, center with him.
Oh, God,
So,
yeah, he had to go toe to toe with him, and
yeah,
it was
so,
fucking worst
so
idea he's ever had in his career.
yeah, right. So fighting is aggressive and come forward with him. It's like, God damn, like, you feel me? It's
Well, yeah,
easy. It's
because
easy.
didn't we kind of see that with the last Ortiz fight with Virgil Ortiz? Almost the same thing that you're talking about. That
Yeah,
when aggression meets aggression, when
yeah,
you got two aggressive fighters, it
yeah.
usually pan out for the
What
guy
you
we've
gonna?
seen.
Yeah,
Like,
what you gonna do?
yeah,
I
yeah.
feel
How are you going to
because
react to that?
he beat
Yeah,
Tony. We beat Tony Harrison, but Tony Harrison is more likely uh going backwards fire off the back foot.
yeah, yeah.
And
He's not aggressive or power like this guy.
guess what? And I'm gonna break this down to you. And just listen. Do you remember the Tony Harrison and Jamelo's second fight?
Who was it?
Tony Harrison and damn, what I say, Jamil,
Jamel
Jamil.
Harrison? No, I
No,
don't.
not Jamel Harrison. The twins, Jamil Turlo. I
Oh
always
no,
say
no,
Harrison.
yeah. Tony Harrison,
Okay. Do you
where I
remember
thought
that?
Tony won that fight, right?
No, no. That's the first one.
That's the one
You
they got.
did,
No, he knocked him out in the second fight, right?
but did you see that round when Tony Harrison was standing in the pocket with Jermaine Turlo and he was giving him problems, but he stayed in the pocket too long, and
Yeah,
because
yeah,
he's really not a. But when he was in the pocket, he looked good. So when these fighters fight somebody that's in the pocket with them, they have difficult fight. They had very difficult for them. I'm telling you, when you fight somebody and you in the pocket with them, not I ain't gonna say all fighters, but some fighters have a problem with that, bro. Where that
yeah.
fighter ain't
Well,
moving
yeah,
right.
because we saw that the Caleb Plant. The guy had all the power
Yeah,
in the world,
yeah,
but as soon as he went
yeah,
inside later,
yeah,
inside
yeah.
fighting, the guy had nothing.
No
He was
answer. No answer.
not
See,
a
that's
single
how you
answer.
know I know. That's how you know you. I pay attention. You got to pay attention in boxing, not like you see that. That's just like now we gonna see on this rematch as Tyson Fury don't fight off the back foot and he bring that aggression towards him, towards Usyk, like he
And yet
did
now
Deontay
Vic
Wilder. That's how he
responded.
beat. That's how he beat Deontay Wilder because he was bringing the pressure to Deontay Wilder, letting him stay. He stand back at range and let Deontay Wilder get them dumbass power punches off.
Yeah,
When you stay close to a power puncher and somebody that's aggressive, when you say you damn near handicapping their power a little bit, you taking it
yeah,
off.
yeah. You're
When they can
absolutely
punch
taking
that,
it away. Yeah,
yeah, when they can use that shit flush and
yeah,
you in that range and you catching the end of that punch, man,
yeah,
that shit
yeah,
hurt more than staying in that pocket. Unless a motherfucker just
yeah.
so skillful, he got so much in his arsenal, like he got the
Ah,
uppercut and he got
this
that, and he got
was, I want to say this is the first time I've ever watched this guy more the guy that he fought.
yeah, he
And
looking nice, didn't
God, man, he looked good. Like he had some arsenal, and it was like he invited, "Come on in, let's fucking bang it out, because you're
he?
not
Yeah,
gonna outpunch me. I'm gonna fucking clean your clock." And I mean, when I say I thought it should have been over in the first round. I thought, man, this you could, or the second round it might have even been when he just as soon as he connected with him, you saw Tim. Oh shit! And you even saw his
yeah,
eyes. He was in complete survival mode in the first round. Second round, he never recovered. And the minute he hit him with one good shot, I mean, he hit him with a lot of good shots. It's like Tim definitely needs to take some time off uh, because when I say just, it's hard to describe it. And it's hard for me to say, call a guy out for getting your ass kicked like that. But it was an ass kicking, man. Uh, it was one of those fights that make you go back and reevaluate your whole life. Like, if
mhm.
you're out on the street and somebody whooped your ass like that, you are gonna go back home and be like, "Bro, I need to change my whole life."
Yeah. I need to talk. I need to talk to people better.
I
I
really
need.
need to get some manners and, say please and thank you and yes,
Hey,
ma'am, and no, sir.
yeah, I'm not gonna yell at my kids anymore.
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna remind me of that ass whooping every day too. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, you done now,
let me
huh?
fix my attitude. Damn, I'm sorry. Excuse me, pardon
Mhm.
me. That's one of them.
Yeah,
Like, damn, that ass open humble, bro. He ain't say. He
yeah.
don't even joke no more. He don't smile or nothing.
Hell no, no, his whole life was a flashback of it. He be having
Yeah.
fun, then you just see him get sad. He'd be like, "What happened?"
Mhm.
He'd be like, "He
Mhm.
just gonna walk away." Be like, "Yeah, man, years ago, he took an ass whooping. He ain't never gonna forget that."
Yeah, and I say this to say this too though, because if you go back and you watch the Mikey Garcia and Adrian Broner fight, or even the Adrian Broner and Madonna, when Adrian Broner started bringing that aggression to Madonna, he looked away. Even this after he got dropped, and Mikey
Yeah,
Garcia, he was boxing and doing all that dumbass shit, and at the end of that shit.
he start bringing the aggression, he looked good. Like, so
Yeah.
he'd be like, bruh, sometimes you gotta fight, man. That's just like Terrence Crawford. When he was boxing Sean Porter, they were saying then when he started walking forward, what did he do to Sean Porter? You feel me? It's just if you see it and you know it, you know. Like when he started
Yeah.
walking forward, he started punishing him. You know what
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
saying?
That was a tough loss for honestly to watch a guy take, man. I mean, it was rough to watch, especially his dad was in the stands for the first time ever, I think, in his whole career, or for the first time in like 4 or 5 years or something since he was an
Yeah.
amateur. And bruh,
Yeah.
like, and his dad was a pro fighter too, so that was definitely tough, man. Hopefully, Tim rebounds, you know, goes back, figures out in the gym. I'm sure he's that type of guy, man. He's not going to quit. And you just I don't know, man. That was a tough loss to take. Uh, let's get into the Oshaki Foster and Sal Concepcion rematch. I thought was a lot better of a fight. Wasn't super entertaining. Kind of what we saw Shockey do in the
Yeah.
first
Uh,
half, but
that was
Concepcion
tweaking.
landed
That was,
more punches and looked a
yeah.
little bit better. And I thought definitely it could have been a draw maybe, but that
I
wouldn't
wanna I damn near say, man, ooh,
almost
that
say Concepcion won it. Yeah, yeah, I was on that fence
mm-hmm,
too. I was like,
mm-hmm,
man, I don't want to be the guy to say that, but I almost kind of
mm-hmm,
he had the better fight that day. And we even talked about that, him going back there and like Concession. This gives Concession a chance to come back and be better in this fight. He definitely was, but
mm-hmm,
he gave
mm-hmm.
Shockey the fight. I guess that's a revenge type thing. Hey, we are right the wrong, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I thought I definitely seen some things that Shockey definitely needs to improve on.
He gotta
Tough.
let his hands go. He gotta let
Yeah.
his hands go.
Yeah, definitely, man. He's gotta stop with the, waiting and being I like patient, but that's too patient, man. You gotta throw some punches, you gotta let your
Uh,
hands go. And he's like that. Like, he doesn't mind going 12 rounds. He's a 12-round fighter. And he usually kinda around the 10th and 11th and 12th round is when he usually takes his guys out, and he becomes more aggressive, but I didn't really even see that in this fight. He kinda coasted to the 12th round. You know what I mean? Like,
he was
just
so
enough.
so much. He kept touching his hair. Fuck your hair. Kept
Yeah,
pulling. He
yeah,
kept, but he did hurt, dude. He ain't get him out of there when I felt like he could have pushed the pedal a little bit more. Like he was just fighting too. It ain't nothing wrong with fighting safe, but you fighting too safe. You making him miss. You ain't making him pay. Like
yeah.
like he wasn't going to the body like that. Like
No,
it was a lot of shit. Like he didn't look as good as he did that other fight. But
no.
Kasabian looked real good. Kasabian came out like he was trying to keep that motherfucking belt. But
Yeah,
it also felt like it was a favor back to Saki Papa from the first fight. And I'm gonna tell you this: that was not a unanimous decision fight. That
no.
they made that fight a unanimous decision for Saki
Yeah,
Papa.
that was
It was
absolutely
not.
nuts.
Even though he hurt him, it's boxing. You can get hurt at any time. You
Yeah,
feel me?
yeah. I
But
mean, yeah,
dude was getting was getting himself together and coming back out and fighting. Like Saki Foster, he was saying he's gonna fight in the pocket more and bro, you did not. You did not. You did.
no.
You did.
He said he was gonna be a lot more aggressive. He said he wasn't gonna leave it in the
Yeah,
hand of the judges,
yeah. And you
and he
did.
showed no aggression at all. I was just like,
Nah,
yeah,
at
that's
all.
not I don't really like, I've seen like, the Rocky Hernandez fight was the best fight that I've actually seen Shockey in. His other couple fights after that, he's kind of been this type of fighter where, he's patient, does great defense, but doesn't put a lot of offense out there. That's not gonna sell tickets, and
Can't
it's
beat
not
Raymond Ford.
popular. No.
Can't
Yeah,
beat Ray. Ray
yeah,
was dream.
yep, you have to put on a show for the fans, man. That's what they like to see, when it's
Mm-hmm.
all said and done. So, that fight, like I said, you know, it was a get back for Oshaki, much deserving, but at the same time, the boxing shouldn't be this way, where we had to give a guy a fight because we wronged him to begin with.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah. That's
it
terrible.
shouldn't be like that. That's not how it should be. That's not
And
how
you ain't set yourself. Yeah, it's like you ain't set yourself apart, man. Like
Nope.
it look like you went downhill in that fight. Like,
Yeah.
it look
Yeah.
like you ain't go train. You like I'm gonna beat him the same way. You gave him what you was gonna do, but you ain't staying on what you was gonna
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, exactly. Because I thought he should have came out to prove a point, to make an
Yeah.
example of what happened in the last. But I think Gonzalez came, and like I said, Conceição is not a half-ass fighter, bro. I even said that going in. He's one of those guys when you see that somebody's fighting him, you're like, okay, he can be tough because he's a good fighter. But he's never ever really finished a fight. Like he was beating the brakes off of Valdez, and then for some reason in the 6th and 7th round, he had thought he had won a 12-round fight and just stopped fighting him and ran around, and Valdez was the more aggressor, and they gave the fight to Valdez, but he just never
Mm,
finished the fight. But then we saw him
mm,
against Navarrete where he just absolutely, he fought him perfect, you know what I mean? Was catching him coming in. He's just a 50-50 fighter. You don't know what you're gonna get with him. And, bad performance or good performance. He's not
mm,
consistent. I think that's what stops him from being a great fighter.
mm.
But we watched Jack Catterall defeat Prograis, and what I thought, Catterall, I'm waiting to see him against bigger opponents to kind of really test him. I think he's a really good fighter. I think you could put him up against anybody at 140. Devin, maybe a Teofimo Lopez, all them guys. I think he could compete against him. He's a tough, smart fighter. But that fight wasn't too exciting. He beat Prograis pretty easy. It went later rounds, but maybe Prograis just needs to retire at this point. Let's go
Said he
into
about to do. Said he about
what
to do. Burn nipples.
bare knuckle
Uh,
fighting. Yeah,
yeah.
he gonna fuck around and find out there. And then getting hit with a glove, split your lip
Mm,
real quick. Like, damn, what the?
yeah.
But let's check out some news and rumors, man. Notable wins the last few weeks. Of course, we saw Falsely regain his WBC belt. Floyd Schofield gets a tough win. You want to talk a little bit about that one? Wasn't impressed
Hey,
with everything his
hey,
daddy talking about, and he did not
hey,
back any of that shit up.
hey, he's a machine. He
Yeah,
was looking good. He was looking good boxing. Then all that shit just went right away when he got touched. That shit, and that's how it be. When people get touched, some of the time them plans go out the window, and you got to
yeah,
go back to doing what you know how to do. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And he
That
got
is,
touched, and the plans went out the window.
yeah. So
And his,
hopefully, Dad's still ain't there talking about a tank fight or even a Shakur like.
man, his daddy know what he doing, man. Because when on Shakur talked up on their ass like boogeyman. And Najee kept telling him like, you know Shakur being here, he might pop up. Man, Shakur popped up. He said, man, so what you talking about? He did this to me inspiring and his daddy ain't had that same energy. Like Shakur, you know I got respect for you and this and
Yeah,
that. But it's like, bro, um where that same energy yet? Like, and he's not ready, bro. He's really not ready, bro. I don't see that he's ready for
no,
nobody in the top.
no, not
Like,
even close, man.
he that much. But they said that he was supposed to go clean, and they twisted the 12. So I kind of understand that too. But you got to be ready at all times, man.
I mean,
At
he
all
started
time,
fading,
no excuse, no
but he
excuse,
started
man.
fading in the 5th and 6th round.
Yeah, and now that
Hard.
you say that, and now I was gonna get to that. He was already gone before
Yeah,
he was already tired. You know what a man tired when they go fighting that same when they
yep,
take the game plan and go away and they go back fighting how they normally fight. Because the first time he was boxing, and he looked good doing it. I ain't gonna lie.
four
He looked
rounds, 4 rounds. He looked real good. Controlled the
yeah.
fight.
He gotta quit head hunting. He gotta quit head hunting, man. But
Yeah,
he
yeah, he
don't.
was
He
out there too much, wearing himself out. Yeah,
Yeah, working slow, man. Like, cause he was little dude. Little dude was banging. They kept
yeah.
saying, "Oh, he's a hard fighter, man." Listen, bro.
Once he
They
came
went to go
around,
get
started hanging
he
right with.
he went to go. They went to go get somebody, bro. That that's a champion in Mexico and probably beat all little teenagers up to
Oh
fight
yeah,
him.
you know them dudes done fought like 600,000 times in their life down there. They
Yeah,
fight,
so
they fight every other weekend at the local bar.
yeah, yeah. So,
Your
but
local town champion.
like he ain't separate.
And I'm gonna tell you where the separation came in between him and the Dula Mason. Just look at it. Look. After boy, he got dropped once and was down there panicking.
Yeah.
Dula Mason got dropped twice and still under control. Breathing
And
under
now
control.
that you
Pace
mention
under
that,
control.
why is his daddy not calling Abdullah Mason out?
No, his dad be
Like,
saying that
why would you go straight for like a tank? Like, you know your son's level, right? You know what I mean?
payday, money.
I get the payday, but like he knows his son ain't proved nothing to ever think he gonna just jump into a tank fight. Like
You
that,
know that like
you know what I'm saying? Like I
if my son was to go box, I'd be in the back. Really, I mean, if they ask me questions, I ain't gonna not
I'll
take
be,
back
you
if
know,
they
I'll
want to
be
know
real.
fighter.
I think you do your son a lot of favor by just being real about it. You know what I mean? Like,
Nah,
hey,
I'll be real. No, and what I'm saying is not that. No, no, not the my bad, but
oh, you
I'm
good?
saying as far as how people be trying to, oh yeah, my son could beat Tank, and I'm gonna keep it
Yeah,
real. Like, nah, I don't think my son ready for Tank. Tank is a magnificent fighter. Like, even if
yeah,
I've been
yeah,
in it, how you, even if I've been in there with Tank, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, my son Tank said he'd never fight. Oh, man, shut the fuck up, man. This is
yeah,
boxing, man. This is
yeah.
fucking
I mean,
boxing,
I'm
man.
trying to think who the boxer was earlier this week that was talking. That he would have gave this dude a chance, but because he's always talking and being disrespectful, that's why he just looks past him. Like he won't ever get a chance because he's. Oh no,
Canelo.
it wasn't a boxer. Actually, it was John Jones talking about. I guess a dude
Oh,
that I'm not much on that MMA stuff, but you know, he's like, look,
yeah.
man, this dude was more respectful and was coming at me, you know, and was being a respectful dude. I'd already fought him, but he's not, so I won't.
Yeah. Yeah. And it don't even be that. It just be like all the lies you be telling about your son and you putting your son in fire because you ain't gotta go in there. At the end of the day, dude, you ain't gotta go in there and fight your
Yeah,
son, dude. So you making it
yeah,
worse on your son, bro. Like, and then sometimes it's like, bro, some of y'all fathers, bro, we know y'all behind y'all son. We know the work, the work, the all this energy and training and money and traveling and all that y'all put into y'all kids. But sometimes, bro, it's time to let y'all kids surpass y'all, bro, and go
yeah,
to somebody else, bro. Because what it just because just because y'all started their career don't mean they gotta finish it with y'all. Because they
yeah,
can finish it with y'all regardless. Y'all gonna always be by y'all side. But some of these dudes, they get in their feelings about that. Like if like that's just like if I had my dad training my son, and I see it, I go to another gym and I see something that my dad is not doing that. I see like man, he need to learn that. Like you got him doing this. Like I'm gonna do what's best for my son. I'm not gonna do what's best for me and try to take the light. This shit ain't about y'all. This shit about y'all kids. Quit trying to be Quit trying to make y'all kids be what y'all wanted to be, or what y'all let y'all kids be great at their own circumstances, bro. Like you know what
yeah,
I'm saying. If I know I can't take my son to a certain height, certain limit, I'm gonna let my son go somewhere and learn from somebody that can, bro. I don't give a fuck
yeah,
and I don't care if I did start off and I'm training with my daddy. If I see something that my daddy liking, bro, I'm taking my son somewhere else, bro. If you don't know
yeah,
how to, if you, I feel like you don't know how to coach, you don't know how to coach, you don't know how to coach him, like to talk to him or any little thing I see that is not getting to register with my son. I'm going to most definitely take them from somewhere else. And I'm gonna go discuss it with you or I'm gonna let it be known. But I ain't even
yeah.
gotta discuss it because it's my son. Like, you feel me?
That's
This
like
is not
my
your
kids.
time.
Like with my kids, that's how I am. I kind of it's like teaching them how to ride a bike. You know,
Yeah,
once we get there and they know how to ride that bike, then you know you go to the next step. You know, okay, can I take them any farther? Am I going to be
yeah.
Am I going to be the best thing for him? Can Because for me, man, I've learned a lot about boxing also, by not just my grandpa and stuff like that, who taught me a lot about it and watching it and, fighting and all that kind of stuff. And just loving the sport of boxing, like being able to break down a fight, see, you know, certain tapes, movements, and knowing how, just different aspects of the sport that that I'm able to teach, but I also go to a lot of tutorial videos on, like, YouTube, from
Yeah,
former pro boxers who are giving out, showing you how to properly throw different types of jabs, different exercises, and I'll make my kids watch a 5-minute video, whenever we do any kind of training. We start out with a video of the day, and it might be and that's usually what we're gonna practice that day. If it's your back step jab, your 1-2, what I mean, your uppercuts, your body punches,
yeah.
just foot movement, whatever we're gonna watch, and I'll go to like Tony. I'm trying to think of his name, Tony Jeffries, actually, his videos, and he'll have a video about foot movement on our power punching and stuff like that, and then they'll watch that, and then we'll practice that. But I don't go in thinking, well, this guy don't know anything. I'm looking for people who know more than I do that I
Yeah,
can learn myself and then show my kids or have my kids watch, and then we do it together, you know?
right, right. Man. And I think
Abs
I think like, I don't know, man. It's daddy be just seeming like the Bill Haney, but worse than time, man. Worse, like he's just worse with it. Like,
Well, it's because he got a voice, like, he got a voice, and then now he's just run with it. It's almost like he's taken that loss his son took worse than his son. Uh,
oh, Bill.
yeah, I feel like Bill is, like, taking it more personal, and maybe he feels it because his son was cheated, and he's looking at it like that, but at the same time, you gotta be more level-headed on how you
Yeah,
approach it. You know what I'm saying? Like, be more in the right mind to say, "Okay, I'm not gonna overreact. Yeah, he got cheated, but, hopefully we can, get this fight back next year with Ryan, who's clean, if you wanna give him a chance, or just move on from it. If you
yeah,
feel like you don't ever trust this guy and you can't trust him and what he did was too dirty, then just move on from it. Nobody's gonna, it's not like the end of Devin's career. He can move on and fight other people and be a champion again. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And it just to me, it's like you either move on, don't like, or just get redemption on it one way or another. I think him
mhm,
out here making it worse by talking and making it so personal. You know what I'm saying? I guess it was personal. Your son got cheated, but at the same time, just go in more level headed, man. It's going to teach your son how to handle situations also because they're looking
yeah,
at you. And if your dad's handling a situation, that's exactly why he punched a guy at a carnival. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Just more bullshit shit you don't need. Situations that you
mhm,
just walk away from. It don't matter
yeah,
what they call you, just walk the fuck away because at the end of the day, you're the dude that's gonna get sued. You're the dude that's gonna be held liable for the dumb shit. He's not gonna be held liable for his mouth. You are because you punched him
right,
in it. You know what I mean?
right,
There's no law that says somebody can't run their mouth. There's a law that says you can't put your hands on people. You know what I mean? It's a
right,
weird thing. I would think the both would coexist. If you run your mouth, you should be allowed to get punched in your mouth. You
hmm,
know? But that's not the way the world works. So we have to watch our actions because once you hit a certain age, your actions have consequences.
hmm, hmm. So,
Absolutely. I want to get into some other news, but I don't know if I want to hold this news off, man. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? We got David Benavidez has announced his fight with David Moreau, which of course we knew that, right? We knew these two were going to fight. We figured it was going to be February 1st. But now you remember Tank Davis is supposed to be fighting Lamont Roach in December, correct?
hmm,
He has now pushed that back, and when he initially pushed that back, this was a couple weeks ago, they pushed the fight back. It's not gonna be in December, it's gonna be in 2025. He initially had said that he wanted to be on the undercard, the co-main event for the David Benavidez versus Morrell fight. That's why he wanted to push the fight back so that he could return the favor to David Benavidez. Well, I don't know if that didn't go through the way they thought it was gonna go through, but now he's gonna be supposedly fighting, Lamont Roach. Rumors are March 1st. so he's not going to be on
March
that
1st.
February 10th undercard. So,
Mm.
do you think that was a tactic for him to move it back and not fight again this year, or was he really going to try to get on that David? And why not? If they work
I
together
think
once,
it.
why
I think.
didn't they make that work?
I think probably the business of it, like his, uh, uh, um, Al Heyman. Even though they both, I think under Al Heyman, I think Al Heyman probably was like, nah, man. Like it probably would have been. I don't know, man. I
I
don't
think
know
it's a
why
big event.
it worked.
I think it's exactly what you said, the business aspect. I think they're
Yeah, I
both.
think I think he's feeling like they both superstars. They both bring
Yeah.
a bag, bring some money
Yep.
in each instead of him fighting under his undercard and it. No, we're gonna say this for this. We're gonna get this money here, and then we're gonna do it like that. Because you got to think if they both fight under the undercard, yeah, you might sell out, but you might still sell out if you do that fight and that fight, two different
Yeah.
fights. You feel me?
Yep.
So
Because
that's
people are going to
that's
line
just
up
how.
to see this Morrell fight, and they're going to
Yeah,
line up to Tank
or the
fight.
see the same fight. Yeah. So
So
yeah. So.
why
This,
cut off a whole other revenue stream?
yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
shit, that's a whole separate event that we can make millions of. Why would
yeah,
we not do that? We're gonna
yeah,
alienate ourselves to only making money basically off one of these guys
one,
because
yeah,
everybody might see Tank, but those you could have separated that, like you said, because I
yeah,
think the Benavidez Morrell fight is a huge fight.
yeah,
Uh, so yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I thought that was I was like, "Okay, what," I like how you summed that up. That was a good way to explain it that, in the end, it was a business, better for both of these guys and Al Heyman to make that, the right money off of it, and both of these guys probably to make the right purse off of it also, you know what I mean? So
mm-hmm,
now you can be your own headliner. That's your event,
mm,
you know what I'm saying? Down the
yep,
road, repay them at another time in the summer.
yeah,
Hell yeah, man. That's all we got, guys. We finally made it through. I think we are almost 2, 3 hours into this show, my dude. Like,
yeah,
it was a good little show. We had a lot to talk about, though. We told you guys we had a ton to talk about, a lot to recap, a lot to get back in. It is great to be back. I know that. I've been every week just trying to figure situations out, try to get, and then, being busy, you being busy, trying to meet up on a schedule, all that kind of stuff.
mm-hmm,
But we are back, guys, and, what I'm thinking, man, this is what I'm thinking because you work every other weekend, so Saturdays, I don't wanna have you getting up early after you getting off at home at 7 o'clock in the morning and shit and worried about having to do a show on Saturday. So I'm thinking maybe we do a rotation on, Wednesdays and Saturday, every other Wednesday, you know what I'm saying? Because 'cause I'll be off work, like, every other Wednesday and do the show 1 week on a Wednesday, the following week on a Saturday, you know what I'm saying? So that way it doesn't interfere with your job and when you're getting home early, bruh, and shit like that.
yeah. I had one more question before we did that. This was
Okay, go
my
ahead.
other question. What was one fight that the fighter that you like or fight? I didn't even say like. What was one fight that hurt your heart when you seen that fighter lose? I don't know if I asked this on old episode. I feel like I did. But I want to bring it back up because I can't remember. What is one fighter that you seen lose and it fucked you up mentally?
Now are you
Like just
talking
fucked up.
lifetime,
No, no,
like
no.
a fight that just gutted me?
Yeah, like you was your day was fucked up. Like your football team just lost the Super Bowl type shit.
Uh,
What was
I
one
would say,
fight?
recently when Navarrete lost, I was a huge Navarrete fan, and, that kinda sucked to watch him lose even though he jumped up for a challenge at 135. That one sucked, but honestly, I kinda felt that way when I watched it. I'm not like a
It ain't
huge,
gotta
huge.
be recent. It ain't gotta be recent. It ain't gotta be
I
recent.
mean, in history, it had to be when I watched Tyson lay down against Lennox Lewis, and it wasn't that he lost the fight, it was the way he lost the fight. When he came out aggressive and then he just kinda laid down and took a paycheck, and then,
Okay.
he got out, and that was definitely a fight. I was like, "Holy shit." And, of course, the biggest one all time was, I was watching when he lost to, Bud.
Oh, oh, hold on, don't say it. You might say it. Who?
That Bro, that right there, I don't
Who?
think I don't. I don't know if I ever got over that. I'm still heartbroken over that.
What?
The Douglas fight,
Oh,
Tyson Douglas. That to me had to be the most gut wrenching fight
I'm.
for me my entire life. That one right there. I don't know how I even forgot about that fight. I
I'm.
was even a
I'm.
kid, but we did
I'm.
Tyson fights all day, every day. You go.
I'm.
What was yours?
Roy Jones and Antonio Tom. That shit hurt my motherfucking soul what he did to Roy Jones.
Oh shit.
Man, I was because I felt like Roy lost the first fight. So that rematch, when he came out and he did that to Roy, oh, bro, that shit hurted me as a kid, bro. Like Roy Jones was like that. He was our Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? He was our
Yeah,
bro. He did that to Roy Jones.
and that just
I
gut
was
wrenching.
sick. I'm probably like, I had to be like 12, 11, 12, bruh. My
Yeah,
uncle taping it. That first fight, I remember watching that. I remember he hurt Roy, all type of shit. I'm like, Roy lost that fight for real, but they still let him win. They did a rematch. Right. He came out and put that power on Roy ass. Roy was drunk. I say, oh my God. Man, not Roy, man. That
yeah,
yeah, that was the one right there that hurt me, bro. Like all time,
yeah. I
that
can see that
that
for
was the
sure.
fight. That was the fight that hurt. Antonio Toro started getting movie deals and all type of shit, and then Rocky and
You had to see him everywhere. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
like damn.
Yeah, it's that's the same thing like for me with the Mike Tyson Douglas fight because I get reminded about it every single year and you got to go back and relive that. You never saw Tyson, you just never saw Tyson losing. You just at that time he was invincible in everybody's eyes. Like no way he can lose this fight, no way he's ever going to lose against a guy like Buster Douglas, and then he loses to fucking Buster Douglas and you're like
Yeah.
what the fuck just
It,
happened?
I think one fight that hurt our culture here in Cincinnati is watching AB lose to Madonna. I
Yeah,
think
and
I
I
think
mean,
that
Floyd
hurt.
got him back, but for our area, watching him lose, when he had that opportunity to take the
Yeah,
reins, he was the
yeah.
next he was the next guy, and he was from the Natty, so that made it even better. Like, oh shit, he's about to take the
And
reins.
I ain't see it, but I was hearing about it. Um, I said, and when I think it, I'm like, and he has not been right since. Like, no, like
No,
a
no,
couple fights,
he never.
he had sparks, and you would see it. Like, if he just did that in the fucking beginning of the fight, he would have won. He don't even got
Yeah,
that spark no more, bro. Like, it's like, damn, you
yeah.
really can't lose it all if you don't stay on your shit.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
that's
it takes like, and how people react to a loss, man. It's like, you were talking about that, how people react to losses, and you know, he didn't, he never really recovered from that loss. Uh,
no.
you know, and it was just, it's hard
I
to,
think
it's
that
really,
shit fucked him up mentally too, though, bro. Like
yeah, because
everybody,
he dealt with all that mental shit to begin with, depression,
yeah,
up and down depression and stuff
yeah,
like that. So that, you get into your own fucking head, man. I see a lot of people, man, get in their own head, and once some of these guys get in, it's hard to get out. I mean, you as a basketball player, I know that too. Like I'll be running down the court, and there's games where, and my shot, I'll be thinking too much. Like, man, what the fuck? Overthinking my
yeah,
shot. You know what I mean? Like, man, why
yeah,
the fucking like I can't get out of my head, and I'm not
yeah,
hitting a bucket to save my life. You know what I mean? But I can't for some reason, and you could feel it in every stroke. Like, what the
yeah,
fuck is wrong with my hand? Like, you trying to figure out what's wrong. It's just you're in your head. That's what's wrong.
yeah,
You got into your own head, and that's why you feel like you're shooting funny or the ball's coming off your fingers wrong and shit like that. So you can really be your own worst enemy at the end of the day.
yeah,
That's how
yeah,
it is.
man.
Big Spade,
I
man,
be,
take us out of here, bro. I'm ready. I gotta get up here. These kids are like, I'm hungry, and these
yeah.
And they ain't bring my ground turkey. I'm salty than a motherfucker. I gotta go check this list to see if they, because they ain't messaged me to say they ain't have ground turkey, and
Yeah.
that was two of my motherfucking meals, bro. I was like, damn.
Damn.
And then they sent me. I got a ham steak. These motherfuckers sent me the tiniest ham in the world, like a little sliver of ham. Like what the fuck? Why would like this ain't even a quarter? Like goddamn, bro. My wife gonna be like,
Yeah.
this is why I do the grocery shopping. Like you fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
I
I
don't
hear
even
that.
want to hear that.
Nah, I'm gonna hear that shit all day. Say, yeah, you should have just let. I knew I should have fucking did it. Like, damn, bro, get off my ass. It's like I really tried too.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
nah,
When
you
you
was
try.
right about doing your podcast. You was worried about your podcast. You already know.
Yeah,
Uh,
all right, but
Take
like I
me out of here,
say, man, I'm
bro.
take us out, man. Like, subscribe, comment, follow us, man. We back popping, we back to home, man. It's gonna get greater. And I know 2025, we about to be in store for some shit. Oh man, we missing so much, bro. I could go on probably 5 hours talking about you, bro.
But,
That's how much we've been gone. But
but we're
can
gonna say something
before,
for the next show.
huh?
What is it?
Okay,
What'd you say?
okay.
No, no. If you
You
got something
are.
you want to pop off now, go ahead. Go ahead with it. If you got
No,
something you want to,
I was just about to ask because it looked like the picture of him in the back, but that probably ain't him. But it just made me think. But what's up with Earl Spence, man?
no. Well, his plans got derailed because he thought he was just going to go fight Fedor for a belt, and then the WBC pretty much told Fedor that they would strip him of his belt if he fought an unranked fighter at 154 because Spence is not ranked at 154. So now Spence has got to go back to the drawing board, and he got to figure out who he can fight to get himself ranked. So he's got to go fight somebody like maybe a Virgil Ortiz, who they're not going to stop him from fighting. Who's that dude we kept talking about, man? He's a sleeper in that 154. Uh, damn, bro, we're forgetting him, but we watched him earlier in the year, and we were surprised by him. Like, damn, he's a nice addition to 154. Younger dude, I can't think of, but maybe he's gonna have to fight that guy or even the guy that Crawford.
We watching?
Yeah, we watched him earlier. Man, as soon as I say the name, oh yeah, Charles
Oh
Conway.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah,
Charles Conway. That guy,
yeah,
even go
yeah.
fight a Charles Conway, he's got to get himself ranked in the WBC if he wants to fight anybody, or he's got to get himself ranked at 154 if he wants to fight anybody with a belt. They
Yeah.
weren't just going to allow him to come in and jump ship like we thought he was just going to skip the line, and they were like, no, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, that was kind of like nah, hell. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
that's
because
all
we
I
talked
wanted.
about we weren't really a fan of that either. Like, how you just gonna come in after a loss like that and just, you gonna jump in front of Crawford and take his fight? Like, nah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's kind of
But
like the
yeah,
Shakur. That's kind of like the Shakur and Keyshawn. You
yeah,
just gonna
exactly,
jump in front of
exactly.
Shakur and take
They're
his
gonna
fight.
backdoor you and take your fight.
And
But
y'all
the difference
brothers
in
though.
that, yeah, exactly. That's the difference is Spence and Crawford ain't brothers. They
You
don't like
brothers,
each.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, Shakur and Keyshawn, they supposed to be tight like that. So that's just backstabbing. But we won't get too much stuff started on that end.
Yeah, because we'll be another eye.
Next, we see on YouTube tomorrow a fight break out in the gym. But like, oh shit. But yeah, you heard what my guy Big Spade said, man. What I mean, we're back. It was nice to get on here and do this, man. I've been missing it.
Yeah,
I mean, we might not be professionals, bro, but we love our sport of boxing. We love to talk boxing, and we love for anybody who's tuning in and listening to us, man. I'm gonna try to get this TikTok thing connected on this, man. If we can get live on there, we got a pretty good little following on there right now, man. The Twitter thing is what I really want to get more in depth
yeah.
to.
You.
I think that's gotta be you, bro.
Hold on.
I
We
think that's
gonna talk
gotta be
about that
you.
off a show. I
Yeah,
got something
yeah,
for you. I don't want nobody that I got something
yeah,
for you
yeah.
because I see something you be doing, and I think if you do this more on this app, that it'll benefit me. So
I'm
Okay,
gonna tell
okay,
you
we'll talk
after we
about
hop
that
off of
for
this.
sure. But like we said, man, keep showing that love. We appreciate you guys. We're gonna keep coming to you guys with all the boxing now. Now that we got our streaming thing fixed up here, and we took a little bit of time off there. You know, Big Spade getting into a new job, all that kind of stuff, man. We had some adjustments to do. We are real
Yes,
people with
sir.
real, responsibilities in our life. And as much as we love to sit around and talk about boxing all day, it just isn't always realistic.
Yeah,
When we don't get. And now if somebody wants to pay us for it, some whiskey company out there, bourbon company,
yeah.
some box on a sporting goods store, and you want to sponsor our show, we'd love to do this full
Put
time.
us on a segment on y'all show. Yeah, we'd
Yeah,
love it. Put
yeah,
us on a segment
just-
on ESPN.
yeah. Give us a little. Yeah,
It is what
yeah,
it is. It is what it is. Y'all can use a boxing segment, whatever.
yep,
You know what I'm
yep,
saying?
exactly.
Let us know.
Exactly. But hey, man, thank you all for joining us for episode 83, man. Once again, it's your guy, the Cowboy. And
It's spade.
that's
Let's
right.
get it.
Just say, bro, you big, bro. Oh, he's strong, motherfucker. Sleep on it. He's strong. All right, man, we out of here. Thank you all for joining us, man. This is a long episode, but it's worth every minute because we got in depth and we covered everything. And we'll see
Yes,
y'all
sir.
next week.
Yeah,
Out.
yeah.